doing? I still want access to it.
Here we go. Ready? I'm cutting the audio. And welcome on back to the We Go On and On Disney Parks podcast, episode number 3, and maybe more popular than episode 2, because episode 2 didn't get the most views of all time, but we talked about Magic Kingdom last time, and we're back to talk about EPCOT this time. We got a question of the day. We got Caleb and me doing the co-hosting business, and we are not in the normal setup. What, was that a terrible intro?
True. We are not in the normal setup today, but we are still certainly here and ready to go. Okay, so are you ready for a question of the day? We're going to jump right into it.
Yes. Also, I'm not going to worry about time or anything during the podcast. Just going to record EPCOT.
Yeah. We're not going to try to rush through this one like the last one.
Which we had a decent amount of people tell me that I'm not as good when I rush through things.
Very true. Okay, you ready for today's question?
I am ready for today's question.
Okay, so it's a little more like loose abstract, so I want you to make sure you wait until I say all of it, okay?
Wait until you say the whole question?
Yep. So when you go to Disney parks, what do you pay attention to when you're there? So this was inspired. I was talking to someone today who said, like, when they go to Disney World, they're there for the rides.
You were talking to someone about Disney today that
Yes.
wasn't me?
Yes. In
Really?
Block 2 today in school.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Talking about senior trip.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Like
So-
a rock and roller coaster person?
I was talking to a rock and roller coaster person who, yes, rock and roller coaster is going to be closed when we're there, but not the point. I was talking to someone, and they said, like, they go to Disney for the rides. I personally don't go to Disney for the rides. I like focusing on other stuff. So for you, what do you, like, go to Disney for? What makes Disney special for you? What do you pay attention to when you're there? That, like, question.
So I think like most of the time when you first go to Disney, you first go to Disney for the rides. And then if you want to learn more about Disney, you start going for other things. Am I wrong? Or at least for you, like, when you first went there, did you like enjoy, okay, yeah, I can go to a theme park for rides?
When I first went there, I was a little young to be focusing on just about anything.
Okay, that is a very fair. That is an unbelievably fair assessment. But yeah, I don't know where to go from that. Sadly, I have no idea how to.
Well, how about you answer the question?
Oh yeah, the question might be important to answer.
Yeah. What do you go to Disney for?
Well, I like right now the. I don't know how to answer this question. This is tough. Because I do like riding the rides and attractions. I like the theming. I like consistent theming, like around the park, and I hate sightlines. But like, I like being immersed into a land, or into a place, or even the old stuff that kind of stays around that only certain little people know, little known facts and stuff like that. I like the show. I really have over the last few months or years, honestly, once I started following this really like closely, really started liking the shows. Show format is what I really enjoy.
Okay, so you have come to the conclusion, after a long-winded explanation, that you go to Disney for the shows.
Yes, I think so. This microphone is still moving down. I don't know what to do about it.
Like we mentioned earlier, we're not in the normal setup, and it's driving Kevin a little nuts right now.
It is. Maybe I fixed it by pushing the microphone more into the stand.
We'll see. I think I had that one last time, and I think I recall it not it doing exactly what you're talking about right now. But anyway, should I answer the question too?
Yeah, I would like for you to answer the question. That'd be good.
So I also don't have like one obvious thing. You think, given that I created the question, I'd have like a really good answer ready and waiting, but I really don't. Other than I feel like I like the music and theming. I feel like. Oh wait, never mind. Change my answer. This is what I mean. I should have like actually taken more time to think about this ahead of time. I go to Disney for the nighttime spectaculars.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Like that's my thing about Disney, that Disney does better than anyone else that I've seen. I've talked about this for quite some time now on this podcast, so I don't feel like I need to rehash it entirely, but I go to Disney for the nighttime spectaculars.
So yeah, and I enjoy the nighttime spectaculars, but so lately, originally I think it was more like just the general perspective of like riding these cool rides that had good theming and all that stuff. But
For you, it was definitely rides at first.
yes, but now I enjoy, as you can tell by my unbelievable amount of times that I have watched Starlight on a live stream, and I can tell what dancers are new each time. So I enjoy the parades, the general entertainment, the shows that they've put out lately. Muppet Vision, of course, being one of my favorite attractions. For in Disney, you have Country Bear Musical Jamboree. So, like, my favorite things in the parks right now are the shows. Like, someone tells me to pick, like, what's your favorite ride? I don't exactly have a favorite ride, but I have a favorite show. And that's where I normally lean in that regard.
Yeah.
Personally, I think that way. And EPCOT has not many shows.
Yep. But what is your favorite Disney show?
Disney show, well, your show can include like parades and nighttime spectaculars, right?
I'm gonna say
Or do you want a theater
no.
show? Because I like the I'm saying in my general thing, I'm going there for the like entertainment. I think it is. I think that's more what it is, not really shows.
Okay, you're losing me a little bit
No,
here.
I'm not. I'm not.
What are
I'm
you
trying not
lumping
to-
into this?
I'm lumping in stage shows and parades and nighttime spectaculars. I'm trying to think general entertainment. The level of general entertainment that is put on at a Disney park is better than you're going to get at any other theme park.
Okay, that's it. Okay.
So I think I
follow
got there.
now.
I got there a little bit more difficultly, but basically it's entertainment is the way, or edutainment if we're talking in Epcot. That type of thing is what I very much enjoy. Rewatching all the old stuff like Food Rocks and veggie fruit veggie fruit. We can sing it, we just can't play the audio. So veggie fruit and different things like that. The nighttime shows are great. I know that's what you love. And the stage shows, I love the castle stage shows. The castle stage shows are so good. Across the globe, they're good. Like the Christmas one, even though the texting song is like the weirdest, strangest thing of all time. You have in the Halloween event, you've got the ghost, I think, what are they, the ghost Dapper Dans?
I think that this topic is its own podcast.
Yeah, it is. Well, just entertainment in Disney is its own podcast because there's so much there that you can talk about.
I think that's more than one. I don't think you can lump everything that you just said in entertainment into one podcast.
Well, but that is the right description of entertainment, right?
Yeah, it works. It works. So then
it's a
what is
valid
your
answer.
favorite one of all of those three categories? Your shows, parades, and nighttime spectaculars?
Well, can I give an answer for each one of the categories?
Sure.
Because Illuminations gets the vote for Nighttime Spectacular, and I'm sure we might have a small conversation at least about Illuminations today, and not forever because it's not in the park anymore. Then what do we say? Stage shows is a different thing?
Yep.
Can it be gone? Or does it have to be there?
It can be gone.
Muppet Vision.
Okay.
And Muppet Vision, the theater show that is sadly rest in peace, not returning, or at least right now. But the Muppet Show is back, everybody. Go watch the Muppet Show. It might be returning for even more. They're writing more episodes. Really excited. Big Muppet fan right here. And then what was the other?
Parade.
Parade. Well, my favorite parade. Wow, this is hard. This is really hard. It's not Festival of Fantasy. And it's probably not Starlight, even though I've watched it like over the last 2 weeks at least 5, maybe 9 times. I really enjoy Starlight now. It's grown on me, and I had a feeling it would. It's grown on me as a parade, but I think Wow, this is really difficult, Caleb. This is parades. Parades. The Tokyo parade is really good. The Harmony Living in Color.
Oh, Harmony in Color.
Harmony in Color. That parade is really good. I enjoy that parade. That one or or Magic Happens would be my two. Magic Happens is an unbelievable Disney parade. And that's just my opinion.
Yep. We will talk about some of these another time too. Although, to be honest, I'm a little surprised about some of these picks, but that is A-okay. Really just the parade one.
What, you didn't think I was going to pick?
I thought you would have picked something else, but we will leave that for another conversation.
Because now we have noticed there is a new conversation we can have with it.
Yep. The other thing that I just feel like I should mention...
the parade in EPCOT for Illuminations is not as good of a parade as the Magic Happens parade. Parade level, you have so much more on multiple other parades than you do on that. The soundtrack is great. The music is great. The parade is not as amazing as these other parade floats and all this other stuff that you have set up.
We'll get to that. It depends on what you're looking for, because there are some cool things about that parade.
It is still cool. It's just, I think there are better parades that maybe it's not the ones I picked, but there's better parades out there than that.
Okay, so the one other thing I just feel like I want to mention before we officially get into our EPCOT topic for today, the one other thing that I really go to Disney for is the music and the theming. They nail that. And particularly, great segue into EPCOT, EPCOT music is one of my favorite things about EPCOT. Oh my goodness.
Caleb is an EPCOT music addict, if that was a thing.
Yeah, so I found a new website literally minutes before this podcast, EPCOTlegacy.com, that just
We're
has
not
a
sponsored
whole
by anybody.
No, we aren't. I just found this. I don't even know who did this. I don't know a darn thing about it. I don't know if their facts are even true on here, but I do know that they have music on here.
And it
from
sounds
EPCOT.
like EPCOT music. It's not like
made
up.
Yeah, at a minimum, it sounds like EPCOT music. I haven't gotten to properly look through all of this to vet it to see if it matches everything I know so far, but I mean, it looks really cool so far. So,
Caleb
EPCOT
is very
music.
excited for this EPCOT music website and just preparing anyone in the Caleb household that this music might be Caleb's new music outlook and all the stuff that he plays.
Yep. EPCOT is my Disney World park too. This is my favorite park, and I think you said it was yours too, or
Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom. It's
close.
There was something where we were going
I
EPCOT
agree.
might be better than Animal Kingdom, but you like Animal Kingdom more or something.
Yeah.
But
EPCOT's
we'll do that another
EPCOT's a
time,
great
too.
park, but Animal Kingdom I still love. I still love the current integrity of the park. Don't screw me over with some of these new additions, but we'll see.
So, some brief history of EPCOT that I just feel like
Maybe
is
the Animal
important to
Kingdom
mention.
discussion's going to take 30 minutes.
We'll see. So, some brief EPCOT history that I just want to get into before we properly begin our reviews. EPCOT was originally going to be the experimental prototype community of tomorrow. Look, I said all the letters correctly this time.
Yay!
But it was originally going to be a city that Walt Disney dreamed up for Walt Disney World, Florida. Following his death and the creation of Magic Kingdom, Imagineers went through and were looking at, okay, so how can we actually do EPCOT? And decided that the city prospect was not feasible. So then they went into making EPCOT a theme park and developed what we have as our modern EPCOT vision, where EPCOT is a park that is looking towards the future and more about solving problems. EPCOT then opened October 1st, 1982, and was a truly massive project at the time. I don't have numbers off the top of my head about the scale of it, but I know it was a really big project, and I believe it remains to be the biggest Disney theme park in Florida, at least, if not around the world.
Animal Kingdom's close with the amount of animal. space.
So, yeah, if you include Kilimanjaro safaris in Animal Kingdom, then I think Animal Kingdom is bigger.
Because you have the safari area, you've got the
And
train area.
yeah.
There is a lot of... Animal Kingdom doesn't have as much as Epcot. Well, actually, it's kind of close. It's kind of close in attractions. But, like, generally, Epcot is the most, I think, guest-used space.
Yeah, so Epcot has the most walking space, where it's the longest distance to walk from one end of the park to the other. So it is really big.
It's very telltale when you're in the rain.
Yep. That's a story that I will tell later. But
My story's in the rain.
yeah, we both have rain stories from Epcot. So Epcot opened October 1st, 1982, has Future World in the front of the park and the World Showcase in the back. Future World being like talking about all the different things that could be coming in the future. So at the time, we were talking about solar power and touchscreen computers, which are
Good
now
thing you
here.
watched this video before you started doing this. Because you got
I did a little bit of research going into this to make sure I got all my facts right. Although, I'll be honest, I don't have like any notes on this other than the opening date. I'm just like going off the top of my head.
You're just
No, I have no script. The only notes I have here for this like history conversation is October 1st, 1982, which is the opening day, because I was going to forget that. The rest of it, I'm just... Epcot is my park. I know a thing or two about it.
I would love to say this about another park. I actually know a ton about the history of Hollywood Studios, but I probably couldn't do this monologue. Anyway, keep going.
So, when Epcot originally opened, the Seas Pavilion was not there yet. Among other things, there have since also been expansions to the World Showcase with additional countries, notably Norway was added.
Do you know what the original countries were?
Not off the top of my head.
I thought you might.
No,
Okay.
I don't know off the top of my head. I do know that there were originally going to be more countries in the initial planning phases than there actually ended up being. Different governments ended up pulling out. So
There's also been a lot of... Epcot is one of the parks with a lot of unbuilt attractions
yes.
on it.
Right now you have the Wonders of Life Pavilion that is laying abandoned there.
It's just sitting there.
Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of stuff there. Most of the opening day rides from Epcot are actually gone now, I think. Like Maelstrom wasn't an opening day ride, but that's also been replaced.
Figment's been replaced.
Figment has been replaced. Was the land even there opening day?
I don't know if
the land was there.
I don't know if that was there. Opening day. I might honestly just hold this.
Yeah.
This is going to annoy me.
This microphone is really annoying Kevin. But the Seas wasn't there. Soarin' was not there. Figment has been replaced. Universe of Energy attraction that was their opening day is gone. Horizons that was their opening day is gone. World of Motion that was there is gone. Is there anything?
But the rides, it's not like yes, they're gone. A lot of them still have the same track layout, and a lot of them are still the same. Right. Well, Guardians is not even close, but like a lot of them, there's not Spaceship Earth opening day. Is that the only thing?
Oh yeah, Spaceship Earth is still there. That might be.
It's been updated at points, but it's still the same core attraction that it was. So I think Spaceship Earth might be the only thing, and don't use AI because I don't think AI knows its facts for that.
Oh goodness, no! You know how many times I've looked up Disney history with AI, and it just does not work because it's there. It's like notably, it cannot get this Disney history stuff right to save its life. Yeah. Okay, so I think we should actually get started into this stuff now that I've given a little bit of history and how much Epcot has changed over the years. In my eyes,
now I've gotten more relaxed with my microphone.
In my eyes, there's really like three eras of Epcot. You have opening day Epcot, Millennium Celebration Epcot, and then modern day Epcot, and they are like quite distinct from each other.
Now, when we're doing these reviews, we are reviewing for modern day Epcot.
Yes.
So,
and we may talk about some of the older Epcot stuff occasionally.
But this is what you would see if you went to Epcot tomorrow. If you're listening to this podcast on your way down to Epcot, this is what you would see.
Yeah, this is what will be there. We aren't going to be reviewing Horizons or World of Motion or Universe of Energy. I may have, but not in a while.
Neither have
Or
I.
Body Wars, because that was there. Kitchen Cabaret. There's a whole bunch of old attractions for Epcot. Look into it if you ever have a chance. Maybe we'll do a separate podcast on old Epcot. But this is modern Epcot time. So as last time, we are going to have Kevin guess his rating. And of course, we are going to start with all of the attractions and then into pavilions. And there will be some other miscellaneous stuff sprinkled in because I did not bother to reorder this time.
There's not the difference between this park and ow. That's my foot.
Sorry.
No, the difference between this park and Magic Kingdom or any of the other parks is Epcot really doesn't have a bunch of lands per se. And it was like when we reviewed the land, like Adventureland, we're going to be like reviewing the Mexico Pavilion in that area. So like there's a bunch of pavilions, but there's not really. Not going to the Seas Land.
Well, I would like to point out when Epcot opened, you had two lanes, Future World and the World Showcase.
But those are massive lands.
They're massive lands. They're both half of the park. When we look at modern-day Epcot, in reality, it's still split up exactly like that. But Disney's decided to split up Future World into three different worlds. World Discovery, which is Mission Space, Guardians, and Test
I was going to
Track.
say, I don't think I could tell you where
World Celebration,
Discovery
the
is.
center area, and World Nature, which is the land and the seas, and then I think, I don't know where the Imagination Pavilion honestly sits in. I call it Future World.
Yeah, I've not even tried to understand those three names. I don't know them. I don't care to know them. It's just Future World for me.
Also, I can confirm that the oldest attraction, the only one left from opening day, is Spaceship Earth. And the next closest one was Turtle Talk with Crush in 2004.
So when did Living with the Land become a thing?
That was...
Living with the Land has been there since the...
Yeah, Living with the Land looks like it's been there since opening.
Yeah, it was just Listen with the Land
Yeah.
with the unbelievable catchy song.
Just listen to the land.
One thing with Epcot, I think we can preface this before we start, is most things in Epcot in the original Epcot all had their own theme song.
Yeah, so, and all of these different pavilions that we're going to talk about, Universe of Energy Land, Wonders of Life, Living
And they were the
Seas,
catchiest,
Horizons,
most
Communicore,
annoying
World of
tune.
Motion, Journey into Imagination. This, Horizons, Universe of Energy, Wonders of Life, World of Motion, those four are gone now. But when they originally opened, all of these places had logos as well. So, the Epcot the history is so cool, and okay, we actually just have to start because I could do this forever.
So what's the first thing on the list here, Caleb?
First thing on the list is Spaceship Earth. What do you think you rated Spaceship Earth?
Uh-oh. I think I liked it. We did get stuck on the ride when we were there, and we got stuck in the Hallelujah scene and right past the animatronic that I thought looked like Grandpop. So we saw that, but other than that, I think I gave it a 6.
You're really close. You gave it a 7.
Oh.
And if you want to look at the reviews, you can open the
I can open the
document now and
okay.
scroll down to Spaceship Earth. Just don't go down below that. Okay? So, Kevin gave it a 7 out of 10. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10.
I just scrolled too far.
Oh, for goodness sakes. We will get better at this as we go,
I scrolled to Nemo.
It's fine. Did you see your
Yes,
rating?
I did.
Okay, then we won't worry about that when we get there. So, Spaceship Earth, I liked it. It was good. It needs an update. It's like a kind of cool, solid ride, but it definitely needs an update. It shows its age a lot. Kevin, your thoughts on this one?
Does it need an update? Yes, 100% needs an update. They've gone through different voices over time. This is not the original voice. I think Jeremy Irons, and they have some lady doing it now. I forget her name, but she's doing the voice. It's a very calming ride. You can hear the clicking of the vehicle as you go around. It is very clearly an old Epcot ride. I'm not calling for them to change the whole ride, but if you're looking at the future of communication, the last communication scene cannot be someone standing in an open computer wall. Or like one of the big communication scenes are like, and then there's some other one where the guy's sitting in his garage trying to make a new phone work, right?
So
What's the garage scene?
I believe that's a person, Kevin.
I said somebody.
Yeah.
I said that somebody's sitting in a garage. What do you think I said? A humanoid robot? I don't know. Caleb is viciously typing on the iPad. Caleb's got a laptop and an iPad open trying to get everything together. I'm leaning back in my pillow chair, holding the microphone so I don't get more frustrated at the microphone while I hold it. And Caleb is doing good work because that's good for us. What are you looking up? What are you looking for?
So, if I recall, I'm trying to remember who the person is in the. It's actually like a famous story. It's really bad that I don't know. It's one of the
you're like EPCOT professional,
like Bill Gates or something, like
oh yeah,
Steve Jobs.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. There's some story. It's someone's how they created that. It's one of those two. Steve. I think it's probably Steve Jobs.
I think it's Steve Jobs, who like made the whatever in his garage. I should really know this, but I know Disney, not like real world history stuff. That's why we go to Disney, to learn the history of communication in Spaceship Earth.
But again, then the history of communication ends there. I don't know.
It needs an update.
Need an update, and I'm not saying, and I also can't have someone say this. Like, I'm not saying I don't enjoy the ride that it is right now.
We
I
do.
very much like what it is right now. But if, as in Walt's words, what's his quote? His quote about shoot, this sounds really bad now. No, Epcot will always be in a state of becoming. It'll never cease to be a living blueprint of the future. And if that is the true quote, then you have to keep updating these things, even if people love the product. You cannot let things get so into bad shape where then it's like, okay, well, now it's beyond repair, a.k.a. Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, which it took till now. Now you have to revamp the entire thing, which they're doing, but you can prevent that from happening, and especially in a ride like Spaceship Earth, where technology in the world and communication is always growing.
Yeah, we just have to update it. I don't want like substantial, massive, brand new ride type changes. Just like update a little bit.
There will be a new speaker when they do it, probably.
Yeah, speaking of which, Judi Dench is the current narrator,
okay.
I believe.
I recognize that name.
So,
also, can we fix the cameras? Why is that so difficult?
Oh, yes.
Why is that so difficult? I just think the thing because when we get to do these, we get to really like focus on the rides. Like, fix the camera. This can't be that hard. Like, I think when I rode this, I don't know, 4 or 5 times, as many times as I rode it, at least 3.
3.
Yeah,
you rode it
3
3 times.
2 of the 3 times I didn't have a face. I'm pretty sure of that. Or I had a face and my dad sitting next to me didn't have a face.
Not once did you both get a face on the photo.
Yeah, not once did we both get a face in the photo. I should probably just open the reviews.
Can you please explain what these photos are that you're talking about?
Oh, for people that have never rode the ride before?
Yes.
So when you start the ride and you start this gradual uphill climb into the Ice Age scene, and you start to go around the bend, they take your photo and they send the photo to the future. And for your ride back to Earth, your backwards descent down to Earth where the car turns around, which is a cool thing that they were able to do with that car. Spin it and lean it backwards down that ending slope. But you go down the slope, and on the screen, you pick this, like, future. What do you want for your future? And they put it all together in a little, like, mashup montage thing. And you're on a person, and your head is on the top of the person's body. Now, the issue is with that is it's a great in concept. Like, your head and your partner's head next to you is like this screen, and you get to watch it. It's still a fun skit. Just sometimes your partner has a head, and you have nothing. And nothing shows up. It's just a black, empty space. It didn't capture your head.
Which, of course, this is never going to be perfect, but it feels like it could probably be better.
Yes, it could definitely be better. I don't know why it's so difficult for them to get this to work. Like, they did go under that refurbishment. Unless they fixed the cameras or worked on fixing the cameras in that refurbishment, I would have no idea because I haven't been there since the refurbishment. So I'm sure we'll definitely ride Spaceship Earth when we go there because it's a good ride. But if we don't, like, you can't tell from one time. That's something you have to ride multiple times to see if it's fixed.
Yeah. The one other important thing to note about Spaceship Earth is there is no showroom for it. It does not go underground. It
Goes up
in the golf ball. The golf ball is Spaceship Earth, the icon of the park. And the engineering that went into creating that we'll talk about later. But specifically with the attraction, the way it works, it slowly corkscrews up on a slight incline. And then in order to get you back down, it goes essentially like through the
middle.
Through the middle, like through the corkscrews that you had going up in a like different weird way. It's able to get you to get down. It's amazing.
Also on a very steady decline.
It's
a
amazing
sharp
that
hill.
they can fit that much stuff in there. It is truly a feat of engineering.
Think about that next time you ride the ride. Think about that when you get out of the car. Now, yes, that Spaceship Earth globe is huge. It's a massive ball, but it's not as big as a Guardian's showroom.
Exactly.
Or even like any of these showrooms at Haunted Mansion's backstage showrooms or all that
Pirates.
stuff. Pirates, yeah.
And
Mexico Pavilion.
yeah, it isn't in a big box. It is in the giant geodesic sphere that you see. You see the entire ride, and they fit everything in it. Like, that's amazing.
Probably something that's never going to be done again.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, and to think that we did it in 1980 to 82, like...
Not when you had the age of a phone mapping the outline. Everything was...
Well, the construction of that was a whole thing. But when we talk about the golf ball icon, not the attraction, I will talk about the engineering there because it was like the first geodesic sphere put up, and Imagineers went to the like engineers building it and literally told them, you just put it on these posts. And the engineers were trying to figure out how you do the math to get the second half on top, and they're like, take the bottom, put the bottom on top. And it was a whole thing. So we'll talk a little more about that later, but I think it is time to move on to the seas with Nemo and friends.
Yes, I'm fixing up my screen so you can talk about it.
Okay.
I already seen it.
You saw Kevin and I both rated this a 3 out of 10. We didn't really like it. It was just kind of an ride, which I still just... here's the deal. I don't remember this right now. And that's saying something for it being Epcot. I don't remember what happened in this ride. I know it was a year or two ago, but, like, I don't remember it.
You haven't watched POVs?
No. Why would I watch a POV of it?
Oh, I watch way more live streams than you, so I see it all the time. I'm used to seeing Nemo, and I just watched, because it was the 40th anniversary of the Seas Pavilion, so I just watched the POV that News Today put out of, like, going around Sea Base. And the big thing with that ride is not exactly... I don't know how to say this. It's not exactly the ride. It's everything else in that building is better than the ride. The ride is not good. The queue is nothing special. There's not much to say about it. The ride, it's just not great. It's a Nemo ride. It fits the theme. It does the job. The ride was better when it was the old ride, the Seas ride. And I don't really know what that one is, but I don't think
Neither do I.
I don't know if you can get much worse than this for that. The animatronic, there's no animatronics. It's just screens. It's a dark ride with screens.
Yep. Which I don't like as much as the dark rides with animatronics.
And
Is there anything else?
you could have used animatronics in this ride. Yeah. You just didn't do it. The Crush, like the one shark that comes out of the ship on one of the turns, it looks kind of cool, but it doesn't move enough. Like, it just looks like a static hand that you're pushing in and out of the wall. So I'm not exactly the biggest fan of all time of that ride. I don't think you are either.
No, it's just it's a ride. Like, I don't know there's much more to say about it. Okay, ready to move on?
Yeah, that was a lot less of a discussion than Space Road.
Well, Spaceship Earth is a big deal. The Seas with Nemo and Friends is not. But you know what else is a big deal? Soren.
Yeah.
Soren's a big deal. What do you think you rated Soren?
7 out of 10.
You think you rated
Wait,
it
no,
a 7 out of 10?
That's really tough. That's a bad grading.
It's a
At least
bad
an
guess.
11 out of 10.
Okay. So you gave it an 11 out of 10 with a +1 for the cool outfits, a +1 for the smell it, sir, a +2 for being an iconic ride for us for a total of 15 out of 10.
Valid.
I, on the other hand, rated it a 9 out of 10 with a +2 for the line game, a +1 for Smellitzer Tech, a +1 for Distortion, a +2 for iconic and Ma's favorite ride, which therefore made it a 15 out of 10. And apparently I made a comment that I loved it and I would work there.
Would you still work there?
I think so.
I would like to wear the outfits, even though they changed the outfits not long ago, and I was not happy with that. That's a small thing that only crazy, psychotic Disney people pay attention to. But they did change the outfits very slightly because they didn't like, having someone inside wearing that blue flight attendant outfit all day long.
So do you want to talk about a little bit with the history of Soren, or do you want me to?
You can do it. You can be the history person.
So, Soren is not original to EPCOT. Okay?
Nope.
It actually originally debuted in Disney's California Adventure and then came to EPCOT. So, there are a few different versions.
And Soren is going to be changing in the summer.
Yes, so there are a few different versions of Soren. You have Soren Around the World, which is what is currently there. You have Soren Over California, which is the original version. And then there will be a version coming this summer near Memorial Day and 4th of July in celebration of America's 250th anniversary. That is Soren Over America.
How long do you think that one's going to stay around?
I have no clue. But there are those 3 different versions for Soren. The way Soren works, it is a suspension type ride system where you get in these seats that are airplane themed, and then they lift you up into the air and have it tilt around as if you're flying with a big screen in front of you that has different scenes that change based on whatever the attraction is, whether it's America, California, or the world. Okay.
I'm excited for America.
It'll be interesting to see, yeah.
I am interested to see how that goes. Soren is a very, very good attraction. It is very fun. I always remember being a little younger and having the person next to me say did you everyone in that hang glider noticing the smells and kind of hanging and talking with other people.
Tech.
It's so cool and some of the times you can hear the psst when it's getting released.
Yep.
And it's not again the best themed attraction of all time. It's a screen-based attraction. It's a screen-based ride, but it's one of the most entertaining. It really does feel like you're out there flying.
Yep, it is my second favorite screen-based attraction, and I only have 2 screen-based attractions that I really like.
What's the other one?
Flight of Passage.
Oh, I would like that attraction if it didn't make me feel awful after it.
Flight of Passage is like Soren, but upgraded a little bit. But I really
very-
like the simplicity of Soren. It's just I really like it. I have 2 good stories for this. So, do you have any stories or other things you want to share before I do this?
I remember. I think it was the last time we did. Well, not last time we were there, but I think the time we were there in 2018. We were there at the end when Extra Magic Hours was a thing, and still was a thing. And we were there at the park, and they were riding Soren, and Dad remembers the story better. But they let us just stay on the ride. They let us just stay on. They didn't have to because we kept going through the queue. We did it a bunch of times in a row, and they're like, well, there's no one else in the queue. You're walking through. There's no one boarding the ride. Just sit here. And we got to ride it, I think, at least 2 or 3 times without leaving, which was so cool.
That's really
so
cool.
much fun because you get to lean down and you just get to go back up, and then you come down and then you get to go back up. So that was really, really cool, and that's my big Soren memory. And also thinking about it for a bit, the guy who does the intros is the Seinfeld character. Now that I the hello and welcome to Soren is what is that a pretty good voice?
That was a really good impression, Kevin.
That was a really good impression. Hello and welcome to Soren. The other one was good, surprisingly. But he's one of the actors or plays someone in Seinfeld. So after watching Seinfeld and then having the devil's guy, Putty, is now my hello and welcome to Soren. I'll be your chief flight attendant today.
Wow, that is good.
I could be him for Halloween and then be his voice. Hello, we're here at Soren.
That would actually be kind of cool. Okay. My
ahead.
story time?
Yes.
Okay. So, this has just always been my grandmother's favorite ride, and she loves the flying feel of it. My story is from the most recent trip where the Soren, we were just rope dropping Soren, and I don't remember why we went to Soren right away. Oh. We were originally going to Frozen Ever After, but Frozen Ever After was closed, so we turned around and went right back to Soren.
When did you figure out it was closed? Did
I
you
think
get to the ride?
We got there.
Okay.
Or maybe it was the second day. One of the days, we were like the first people into Soren. Like, the first. And in that moment, Soren in the queue has this game that you play that is like trivia around the world type of stuff.
That I'm not very good at.
Well, what I ended up doing...
Can't you play the game now, like at home?
No, you have to be in the queue.
But can't you practice the game on the play
There might
app?
be a way to practice, but when you're in the queue, you join a team, and then like you answer questions and you get your team points, and that goes like all day long. And there's a top leaderboard on the ride queue for like individual performances, and there's all this stuff. Well, I got to be the first one to do it. I was on green team, and I got my team ahead as the only person to play the game because anyone else who was there weren't stopping to play the game because they could just go right onto the ride. So it was just me playing the game.
Why did you stop to play the game?
Because I wanted to play the game. I was on green team. My personal traveler ID was MGM-EIQO. And I scored 71,280 points. And yes, I have the photos up right now.
So what is it?
It was awesome.
So is it a continuation like all day long for green team and see who wins?
Yeah.
You didn't like come back later and
No.
see if green team was in the lead.
I just have this picture where it was just me playing. I got the 71,000 some points, and all three other teams were just zero.
That is
I'm
so
the
cool.
only one. I think there was an individual leaderboard that I was on the top of being the only one playing, and it was just so cool. That's my nice little moment that I like that Disney can provide sometimes.
Yeah, that entertainment value is so great.
You know, when I said that some people go for the rides and some people are there for other stuff, this is what I mean. We went on the ride, but I was there for the game in the queue.
The game in the I'm scared because you're gonna beat me in the game in the queue now. I knew that already. I'm terrible at that game, but I want to wait in that queue. That's one of the rides. Like we can talk about queues a different episode, but it's one of the rides I think you kind of want to wait in that part of the queue a little bit. Sometimes
It can be fun.
you end up waiting a little bit sometimes in the area without that screen. That's not fun.
Yeah.
That is an unbelievably bland and boring area of the queue. You can find some good Where in Walt Disney World photos there. But
Yep, and I will nail any photo that you take there, and I will know that it's Soren. But you won't, because when we were in Disney World, I sent you a photo that was an odd thing with the Soren stuff, and you didn't get it.
No, but we just recently struggled with the one photo in Soren.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
It used to be it was our phone background for a little bit and our texting messages. It was, that was a struggle in itself.
So my mom and my aunt were in Disney World recently, and they took some Where in Walt Disney World photos for us, like little photos that we then had to guess where it was.
Now I'm gonna interrupt you for a second. Our level of Where in Walt Disney World is way more difficult than what someone else's level for Where in Walt Disney World might be.
Yeah, because we like the challenge.
Like you could get a doorway, but we get the upper right-hand quadrant of the doorway with a little bit of extra, and that's all you have.
Or in this case, we got the pole and a little bit of the floor that just so happened to be caught in shadow and light just at the right angle that all the colors were off. So we didn't get it for way too long, and it still bothers me.
But yeah, well, just in general, like Soarin' is a great ride. I think we could talk about it forever, and I think we've done a good amount of talking about it forever. So there is another ride in that pavilion currently.
Living with the Land, and that's what's next.
Living with the Land, I would give Living with the Land, I think I gave it a 6.
Correct.
Yeah, that's where I still would give it now. I still love that ride. That ride used to be Listen to the Land with the just make believe, tiny little seed that's reaching up to meet your needs. With the right amount of dirt and the right amount of earth, gonna see the sunshine on your day of birth. Let's listen to the land we all love. Nature's plan will shine above. Listen to the land. I'm not gonna try to get that high note.
Probably for the best.
But that is the Listen to the Land song, and yes, I know it way too well.
Yep.
Because this song haunts me. It plays all the time, and it's a great song, but it's one of those jingles like, please go away, please go away, please go away. It's a great jingle, but it's one of the most catchy songs of all time.
Look it up or don't. Depends on whether you value your sanity.
Yes. You got all serious there. Wow.
No, seriously, it is a really cool jingle. I do like it. I also rated it a 6 out of 10. It's just a kind of cool, solid boat ride.
The music in that ride is also it's still really good.
Yeah.
Do-do-do-do.
It's a great ride for hidden Mickeys. There's that to say about it.
We can say the holiday overlay is also part of this. Like, it's a good ride. I've watched that. Also, most rides, again, like I've said, I've watched a lot of POVs of it. The one thing with Living with the Land is it kind of, in a way, it's changing a lot. You have all the different things that are growing there, and you can see different things depending on the time of year that's actually growing.
Yeah. This ride really leans into the edutainment aspect of EPCOT, where it's educating but also kind of entertaining. So I do really like that about that ride.
It's also a ride you can't get rid of.
Yeah.
If you're in EPCOT, for multiple reasons. Like, it's a good, like, showing off the greenhouse. It is it's a capacity ride. It takes up, there's a lot of people that can fit on each boat. There's a lot of boats that go through the water, and it's fairly long. It's one of the longer attractions, I think, in the parks, because I don't know exactly the length of it, but you go through you've got a whole indoor part with sets, with show scenes. Then you go through a screened room with some screens just explaining how, like, the food and water with here, Living with the Land. And then you go outside and you go through the main outside area, a tunnel, another outside area, another tunnel, back into screen. There's a lot in this ride that you think, and you just can get on, you can just relax, and you can really sit there and relax, kind of like Pirates in Disneyland. You can get on it, and you have a lot of time to really immerse yourself in this Living with the Land ride. Were you trying to find the length?
So, some quick look up. I believe that Living with the Land is the second longest ride behind Spaceship Earth in the park.
I can't answer you right now.
Okay, so yeah, Spaceship Earth, I believe, is the longest one, and then Living with the
Those
Land is
headphones
the
are too
second
big.
most. So that is about it for that ride, I think. Any other comments?
No, I think I can go with that. Living with the Land, again, I enjoy it. I am not saying, like, I'm not talking about it in a 6 out of 10 does not mean I do not like the ride. I think that's the same thing with Caleb. It is a very fun attraction, but, you know, it's just a good attraction. It's not an e-ticket, but it needs to be there.
Yeah, it's just a good ride. Like, you need a lot of good, solid rides. It's a good, solid
Epic Universe,
ride.
I'm talking to you.
Yes, we kind of are. Okay, next up, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind.
I gave it a large review. I was very pleased with this ride. I very much enjoyed it. It's a great attraction. Unbelievable attraction. Good replacement for Ellen's Energy Adventure, which was like a marathon to go through 45 minutes. I think that thing ended up turning into. You had the whole show. That's an unbelievably long ride. Look that up. But I would put it at I think I put maybe a 12. It's definitely over 10. At least that's what I think I put it in.
You gave it a 12 out of 10 with a minus -0.5 for the dead space at points in the queue,
Oh,
a
God.
+2 for getting September both times, a +1 for moving cars, a +0.5 for a smooth ride, and a +1 for the laughs, getting you to a total of 16 out of 10.
I'm gonna put a thing in there. That ending scene. I don't have much negative to say about this ride, but the ending part of the ride is one of the most annoying moments. It is a very empty, blank area with one screen showing like a hologram form of the Guardians of the Galaxy. You could have done a fantastic show scene, and they were planning on it. They were planning on doing an animatronic show scene at the very end of that ride, which would have been perfect because you wait there for a little bit of time, and all you get spoken to is a screen. The whole ride is great. Does it change it either way? Are you noticing that much? You're really just getting off. You're like, that was amazing type ride, and then you're just in this blank, empty room that makes you feel not as much you're in the Disney vibe anymore, personally, at the ending there. Caleb is mid-yawn.
Yep, so I really like this ride. The roller coaster is really good. It is one of my favorite roller coasters, like, ever. And I'm not a big roller coaster person, so this is my kind of roller coaster.
And it's thrilling. It is a thrilling roller coaster. It's a fun ride.
I do believe that if they, like, upped some of the theming a little bit to be, like, Disney-level theming, this attraction could have gotten even better. And I also believe that when this was being made, it was originally going to be an original EPCOT attraction and not have the Guardians of the Galaxy
It was going to be the Big Bang coaster.
Which I think could be really cool if they had done that with an original
But
attraction.
as we know, they don't want original. They're not doing any original stuff right now.
Without Disney characters in it already. So I think that could have been really cool had they done it like that, up the theming a little bit, and done that kind of thing, and I think it could have been an even better attraction, but that doesn't change the fact that it is still really good. To be honest, my least favorite part of the whole thing is the big blue box that is left on the outside, because it really, you can see it. It's noticeable.
It is a noticeable thing, and I don't know how you hide that building.
You don't.
You don't. You have to have it there if you're going to have the ride inside. Like, you have to have it there. You can't do anything about that building. It just is large, and it is big and in the way.
Yep, and you just kind of have to acknowledge that.
And
so
they tried.
Consider it acknowledged.
The blue is because it's sunny most of the time down there. They tried to fit it in with the blue sky, but that doesn't work that
when it's
well.
cloudy.
No, it doesn't. That doesn't work at all when it's cloudy. But a good thing in Florida is it's not cloudy that often. It's 90. It's a decent amount of the time it's sunny out. So that ride, I don't have much complaints.
Yep.
Very fun ride.
After all, Kevin would 1,000% ride it again.
Oh yes, I would 1,000% get on it. I think we're jumping back. I love that quote.
Mm-hmm.
And then the little lightning tunnel there, everything about that, and even before you get to the actual.
Oh, the ride queue.
What do you mean, the ride? Like while the ride's going to the lift hill?
No, the actual queue for the ride. It's amazing.
Yes, well, it is.
Looking at all the models.
That's great. I think we've talked about this before.
The pre-show?
There's three sections on that. There's three sections of that queue. When you first enter, there's that big space room. That's not the greatest of a queue room.
I actually like the first section before the pre-show.
The middle section is bad. The middle section where you walk up, you got to walk up those ramps, and all you have is the lamps hanging off the ceiling, and it's literally, that's all you're on is a ramp. There's nothing to look at on that ramp. That is a bland, blue-lit room that there's nothing you can do in that room.
It's better than some others, though.
It is
Insert Remy.
Yes, it is definitely better than some others, as Caleb's not a Remy fan, and we'll get there in a little bit, but I do not like that part. I really wish the models at this top, there was a little bit more of them, and that was a little bit more, because you also get, in any ride, you get to points where you have to keep moving because the line, especially like a Guardians ride, if you get to the top there, normally once you get to the top, you're kind of moving a little bit more because they're like letting people in the pre-show once you kind of get to the top. But you stand on that 3 different like back and forth. I can't think of what it's called. A ramp. I couldn't think of the word ramp, but you go up and down these ramps. There's nothing to look at there, and you can look like the anticipation that there's something to look at down the line. But I really wish that was extended a little bit.
Overall, though, it's a really good attraction. So
yeah,
and the queue is good. You
yes,
can say
definitely.
that. Okay, I also can confirm Ellen's Energy Adventure was 45 minutes long.
Yes, that was
that
was an endeavor if you wanted to ride that.
Yeah, so that was the attraction that this one replaced. Remember, we were talking about old EPCOT at the beginning. This was actually not one of the opening day attractions either. It was in between opening day, then Ellen's.
It was Universe of Energy, and then it was Ellen's Energy Adventure, and then it was this.
Yep. Okay, moving on. We need to talk about Mission Space a little bit. We both didn't do it. It is a simulator ride where you're going to either Mars or, like...
Earth.
Yeah.
Green is the Earth mission. I would say I would like to try the Earth mission once in my life because it's not at all as insane at all than the Orange mission. Because I, of course, not knowing anything, I did the Orange mission my first time. So... I will remember that terrible. The Earth mission is just a like overview of Earth. Pretty much, you're just kind of riding the vehicle around Earth. It's never a long wait. Green mission is always less than the Orange mission. There's not much thrill in the Green mission. I would actually really like to just try it. It's not the longest wait of all time. It's something like you're in EPCOT. You have a little bit of time. Just try it. No, I can do it before maybe they would ever get rid of this ride.
We'll see. I don't know if they will. I will tell you I will not be doing it.
Yes, I had a feeling you will
not. Not in a million years. I did that once, and I never need
Which
to
one did
again.
You do?
I don't even know.
You probably did the Orange one.
So it doesn't actually matter which one it is. It's the simulator coming in that bothers my claustrophobia.
Yeah, okay.
When that panel comes down right in front of you, and you're like locked in that thing.
So how does it not mess
that
with
bothers
you?
me.
How does it not mess with you when you're locked into the position on the Flight of Passage ride?
So
because that doesn't
it is
make
weird.
sense.
It is weird.
That's strange. That's very
so
strange.
The difference is it does until you start moving.
So you have to just kind of get through that little part of the
yes.
beginning before it's
because then when you start moving, it's like wide open space, big screen.
And
in
if you
front
take a look
of
to your
you can
right or
look
your
around.
left, you can see other people.
Yeah, and you're okay then. That's with Tron that didn't apply as much because that's a very similar, if not the same, like way you sit, and that also bothered me. And it just never went away as much when the ride started.
Because you're then right in front of screens.
Yeah, and it's fast, but then you're also like going inside. It's a little different with Tron, but for me, my claustrophobia is like being able to get out. So when that thing comes down in front of you, you're in this little small space with
can't do anything.
with 3 or 4 other people, whatever it is, and there's like no good way out. That's it for me. Like I'm not going to be doing that. That doesn't mean it's a bad ride.
Yeah. No,
but
it's not it's not a very good ride.
I didn't say it was a good ride. I said that doesn't mean it's a bad ride.
Yeah, okay.
It has some elements of where the thrill is good for some people. Like there are some good things about it. It's meh. It's fine. It's there. To be honest, I feel like that kind of location might have been better for more of an e-ticket type thing, but whatever. Not my thing. It's there.
Yeah.
The Space 220 restaurant's cool though, but I think we have that later on here.
Yeah, I've not done the Space 220 restaurant. We'll talk about that.
That's a me thing.
Later. Our good friend Figment.
Journey into imagination. Okay, what did you rate it?
What did I rate it?
That's what I'm asking you. You guess.
I know that. I have to guess it. I know. 6. 5. 6.
So close,
7.
Kevin. Nope.
4.
5.5.
Oh, come
You
on.
put a decimal in this one.
Oh no, this means is where I started with. This is where I started putting decimals in my answers.
5.5 out of 10. I gave it
Oh,
a 5
God.
out of 10. I said I liked it. Nothing crazy. It's like a ride. Figment's cool, though. We like Figment.
Yes,
Just the
Figment's
ride is
great.
very
Figment is
meh.
great. I love Figment. I have a stuffed animal, big, huge stuffed animal of Figment.
Yep,
The
which
ride is not good. The only good part of that whole ride is the upside down house. That is the only good part of that attraction. I do not need to get sprayed with fart spray. I do not need to have the sight and sound labs. It's not necessary. I just like the thing when Figment takes over and it's his imagination. And you're in the upside down house. It looks cool. Is that the best? Again, like you're setting a low bar. That's the best part of the attraction.
Yeah, so we will see. Figment, Kevin wants it to update, maybe like Figment times Inside Out. We'll see what happens. I don't expect a
the
Figment
reason I say
update.
the reason I say that is because I don't think they're going to make a new Figment
Yeah.
attraction just Figment, because they're so built into these other IPs that they have that they would probably combine it with something, or we could just put something in the Wonders of Life Pavilion. But
We'll see
Don't
what
feel like it.
happens with that. I think Inside Out and the Wonders of Life Pavilion, I don't know what you do with that, but I mean, it looks like a
attraction.
memory ball.
yeah, you could do something. You could do something. Just not leave it abandoned where the thing's falling apart.
Anyway, I don't think there's much else to say other than we like Figment, Figment being like the mascot of EPCOT, and you mentioned on your recent Exit 333 podcast with Miss Gear, I believe you described it as Purple Dragon, but didn't actually say, no, you said Figment's name eventually, but you like led the description not with, I got Figment for Christmas, I got this like Purple Dragon thing from EPCOT.
So on the last two podcasts, on the last two Exit 333 podcasts, we've managed to bring up EPCOT both times. Don't know how, but we have managed to bring up EPCOT both times.
Because EPCOT's cool. Let's do Frozen Ever After. What do
Yeah.
you think you rated it?
Did I not do it?
You did
No,
it.
I did
You,
it. I
you
did
have a
it.
rating.
Something, but with a minus for the faces. At least probably a 6 and a minus for the faces not being good, or a 7 with a minus for the faces not being good.
There is no minus for the faces not being good. You gave it a clean 7 out of 10.
Really? Well, I don't like the faces.
But they updated the faces. I thought
Now
you
I
do like those
well,
faces.
now I do, but the old faces I do not like. When I made that review, I absolutely love these new faces. I like the lighting. I like the way they did it. This is just pretty much breaking news, honestly. This is only a few days old now.
Yeah,
It's
so
just
everyone knows, Disney recently reopened Frozen Ever after closing it down for updating the faces of the animatronics, where previously they were projected on. Now they're actually like real animatronic faces, which look so much better. Kevin rated it a 7 out of 10. I was 6.5 out of 10. It was a cool, solid ride. I liked it.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed this ride. Frozen's a good ride. Frozen is a very good ride, and I hope that it gets more people to get down there and ride it, because it was definitely an issue. Those faces are definitely an issue. The lighting is way different now.
Yep, it's a lot better. So I realized we also just kind of skipped Test Track 3.0.
Well, because neither of us have done.
Yeah,
Test
neither
Track
of us did
3.0.
it, and it's just not on this review doc. So I'm just going to talk for a little bit about EPCOT 3.0.
And maybe give a brief history about
Test Track
everything.
3.0. So here's the deal with Test Track, okay? It was not an original opening day Disney attraction, okay? Test Track, since opening, since it originally opened, has gone through Test Track 1.0, 2.0, and now it is in 3.0. Each time updating and adjusting a little bit. Before Test Track was there, it was World of Motion, okay? World of Motion was all about, like, everything that moves, kind of. I don't really know how else to say it, but that was the opening day attraction, and looking at the future of all things that move. It wasn't a thrilling attraction. It was more like an Omnimover attraction, I think it's called, or like more like Haunted Mansion, where it just kind of runs endlessly around, or like Spaceship Earth. When we replace that then with Test Track, which is a massive, like true thrill attraction, they're talking about the future of cars, okay, and how they will change over the next few years. What then ends up happening is that's a great ride. Disney decided to update that to Test Track 2.0, where now everyone creates their own cars, and we're going through and testing those cars. And I remember doing that when I was at Disney, whenever that was. I don't even remember. Maybe 2018 is when I remember it from.
Because you didn't go in 2017. So.
No, 2018. So that would have been pretty cool. I enjoyed it. Test Track 2.0, though, did not get as much positive reception as 1.0. And since then, recently, they opened Test Track 3.0, which is more of a return to Test Track 1.0, where it is more about the future of cars. You are no longer designing your car and testing it. And it actually, one of my favorite parts of 3.0, because of course I've looked at a ride video.
I've watched multiple ride videos.
Is the screen. They have a giant screen right before you like zoom out the door.
It's one of the coolest things.
This giant like sunset futuristic city future of movement. All things that go, we'll say.
There's a book when you were little. Did you have that book? This was
I
Things
think I
That
did.
Go, and
Yeah.
it's all the different vehicles that go. We might have it downstairs here.
That's Test Track. It's a cool ride.
And
We're
yes, Test
always
Track
one of the top
requires-
weights.
And yes, Test Track requires like a big overview of like what it was, because it's been through so many of these iterations, and each one is significantly different from the last, in World of Motion also. So like it's been through all these different things.
Okay, moving on. We did Frozen Ever After. Grand Fiesta Tour, starring...
The Three Calabreos.
Perfect.
Well, also, quickly, last thing on Test Track, it was not open when we were last there.
Correct.
Because of it being reimagined to 3.0.
Yep.
Okay, now we can keep going.
Grand Fiesta Tour, what was your rating?
5.
You said 6.5. Okay. I had it as a 6. We were really in sync with all of these.
Yeah, we were surprisingly in sync for all these.
So, this isn't like a super special ride. Nice little boat ride.
It's so fun to eat at that restaurant.
Yeah, we did.
We both did in separate times. It's such a fun place to sit and up against the water and watch the... I wish that volcano erupted more. It does in the background.
Yeah, this restaurant reminds me of the Blue Bayou in Disneyland for Pirates of the Caribbean, which is also really cool.
Is it Pirates of the Caribbean or Pirates of the Caribbean?
We've been over this. I've heard it be both ways, and I don't care which way you say it.
Okay.
Anything else for the Grand Fiesta Tour, Kevin?
No. Couple of the show scenes. I was just watching it yesterday. Couple of the show scenes on that ride remind me a lot of Small World. In the back with the dolls. Yeah. Once there's a couple, again, it's a screen based. There's a lot of screen based stuff, but they do fit some animatronics in there.
That isn't a primary screen based ride. That is a primary animatronic physical set based ride.
There's physical sets. There's not much of animatronics in that ride.
Yeah, with some screens added in. And the way they use the screens are for like more animation-y stuff that animatronics cannot do.
It feels a lot like a ride that like they're never going to build again. That type of ride.
Yeah, I could see that. It's a really solid ride that I would like to see more things in the style of it.
Yes, and it doesn't look like we're going in that direction right now. I enjoy it. I really like it. This is a really fun ride. There's really never, ever a wait. If there's a 15-minute wait or more, don't even wait there. Keep moving. I would guess right now.
It'll go back down.
It'll go back down.
On the other hand, with EPCOT, it is important to mention maybe just go on it anyway because it might take more than 15 minutes to walk back there.
Yes. Yeah. Because once you get, well, this is something, now that we're getting the World Showcase, I can say this. It's very difficult to go to like one, World Showcase is huge.
Yeah. And
people, I don't think, notice that as much when you're just like looking at the park on the map. Because you look on the map on the app, it looks, okay, this is pretty easy to do. Isn't it like 1 point something miles to walk around the whole thing or something?
Oh, I don't know off the top of my head.
Around the circle. But around the World Showcase Lagoon, so people like will just walk around it if they're down there, like exercise walks or whatever. It is a long walk. So also, if you're in a place, if you're in Germany, you cannot get back to places that fast because you have to go all the way around. There's no cut through in the middle of the lake. Except if you take the boat, which doesn't have the greatest track of all time. But you could take the boat. It just you go in there. You have to understand how much time you have to be in there, especially if you have lightning lanes or some other reason. Dinner reservation at the Seas Pavilion. You cannot be all the way starting the American Adventure Show, and then you think, okay, the American Adventure Show ends in 25 minutes or however long the show is, and then we have 15 minutes to get to our next destination. It's not that easy. It is not that easy.
Not at all. EPCOT is massive, as we mentioned earlier. Ready to move on?
Yes, I am. What's next?
Remy.
Why in the world did we have Frozen before Mexico?
I think you did it in alphabetical order.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
That makes sense. It just felt weird going around the park.
I have no clue why you did it in that order.
It felt weird going around that way. Anyway, back to
Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. What would you say your rating was?
It wasn't as bad as your rating, I don't think.
True.
But it wasn't good.
True.
I think mine's a 4.
Lower.
3.
Yes, it's a 3.
Yours is either a 2 or a 0. You're very close.
I gave it a 0.
Yeah.
I gave it a 2 out of 10 with a -1 for a shutdown in line and a -1 for a bad queue.
Caleb does not like Remy, and I'm going to hold on Caleb going into Remy first. So I'm gonna
you do Remy first, and then it's my turn.
Remy's Ratatouille Adventure comes into the France Pavilion. It's in the back of the France Pavilion. It was first made in Paris, France, in Adventure World. Is now not Adventure World. What's the old name? Walt Disney Studios Paris. That terrible park. But now it's going to be Disney Adventure World is going to be the new name of that park. But anyway, this ride was there, and it was in French, basically mostly French and somewhat English. And it's not a great ride. I don't like the way it is. I do not like I didn't like the 3D glasses thing. That drove me crazy, and that has been changed to not have the 3D glasses anymore. And that always annoyed me. I'm like, why do we have 3D glasses if we're going through a show scene? Without 3D glasses, now everything's a little darker because of the way you have to wear the glasses. I was not a fan of that, but I think without the 3D glasses, it's probably a little bit of a better attraction. The queue is really, really bad. The language doesn't make sense why so much of that ride is in French still. They didn't really do much of a changeover to English for this park. I don't know why.
Because it's set in France and it's in the France Pavilion.
Yes, but the original ride was made for the French audience.
Yeah.
And most rides
in France.
Yes, so why does it come over here and it's still the same exact they took the same ride and copied and pasted. They didn't change it at all. And that's a frustrating thing for me also. In general, they took the same ride from a very bad Paris park, and that ride's not that great there. It's not that great here either. You give your opinion.
But a lot of people do love it, and I can't believe this, but I'm going to defend Remy for a little bit.
Oh boy.
They did change it for there to be some English in this version.
No,
there's some English.
Yeah, but there's English in the other version too.
Yeah, and there's some French there, of course, because the movie is set in France.
Yes,
we are in the France Pavilion. It is from France. Of course there's going to be some French.
Yes. Okay, whatever.
I can't believe you got me to a position where I was defending Remy. That'll tell you something.
The queue is bad. Go ahead.
So, I hate this ride. Okay, I
So
cannot
Caleb, when we
stress
go
that
there
enough.
in the spring,
No,
are you
we're
gonna-
not doing it.
Why not?
No,
Why?
because it takes an hour to wait for it.
But isn't there a
And
single
you're-
other rider line?
I don't even know
I'm
if
pretty
there
sure
is,
there's a
but I
single
don't
rider line.
care.
You
We're
won't-
not doing it.
You won't do this ride.
No,
Why not?
you can ride it without me.
You
I will walk around some of France and the World Showcase that's local. I will not be riding this
If
ride.
there is a single rider line, I will attempt to ride this ride.
Go for it. There's so many screens, okay, which really bothers me because a lot of what was done on the screens could be done in physical
without the
sets.
3D glasses?
No. I don't care.
You don't like this. You have it.
No,
you hate this ride.
you
so
know what
much.
I actually did at one point?
Took them off.
Yeah. And then I put them back on when I saw the screen getting blurry at the very end because I didn't see anything else 3D. Anyway, but yes, I did take them off occasionally. Like, I lifted them up a little bit to look around and see what was actually going on. There is a severe lack of physical sets in this ride, and a lot of what was done
There's
on the
only
screens-
one. There's only one big physical set in this ride. I don't understand. I don't get this. This fires me up on this ride. Why is there only one? Why? Why would it's so well made? It is so well made, and the fridge scene is so nice. Why? Why is it all screen? Why?
The issue is then that one set that
It looks
is
so
the-
out of place. It's so out of place. Why? Why is it like that? I don't understand. I do not understand this ride. Make it more. I don't know. That now you got me fired up about the ride.
I'm supposed to be the one yelling about this ride, not you, Kevin. I gave it a lower rating.
I'm still not happy about it.
So, my personal story from this ride, because there's nothing else for me to say about the ride. Kevin just kind of said everything. Literally
Feels
taking
like
the
a
words out of my
universal
mouth.
screen ride.
Yep. So, we were in line for this, okay? And it's hot in Florida when we went, of course, and we're outside
Thanks,
because
Caleb. Obvious fact of the day.
the line outside is literally a holding pen where they put fans down, and you're like, it's oh my goodness,
we
it's a
managed
nightmare.
not to
It's
talk.
so hot.
We also managed not to talk about the exterior.
We
queue of
made
Guardians.
it right to go back
bad, too.
to the inside of Remy, and the ride shut down, broke, because this ride manages to break way too much for it being a screen ride too. But then, so it's broken. We leave. We just have to come back, and we just wasted time. And that was like, it was a 2 out of 10 before, or it was a 1 out of 10 before the shutdown. I'm like, no. Why am I waiting in line for a bad ride, and then the bad ride broke, and then we're going to go back anyway?
When you waited for that, was that before or after you rode it the first time?
We only rode it once.
Oh, so it got shut down while you were waiting for a second time to ride it?
No, the first time. And then we had to come back to ride it the first time. I just already had a feeling that it was going to be bad.
You never saw a
Because-
POV before?
I think I had. Or you had talked to me about it or something.
I remember-
Like, I knew it
yeah.
wasn't going to be very good.
I definitely told you it wasn't that good.
Okay, so then we have a completely random thing, because I am done with Remy.
Okay.
The Jameters.
Oh, wow. I didn't see the Jameters.
You know about the Jameters?
I don't have a grading for the
You didn't do a rating. So,
You don't have a rating. Oh, you do have a rating. Why is it not in the...
9 out of 10.
It's not moved down on the document.
Remember, your job was the formatting stuff,
Yes.
because I gave everything in text messages for these reviews, Kevin. Complain to yourself, not me.
I wasn't complaining to you. I was complaining to the air.
Okay, so the Jameters are pretty cool. They are essentially drummers that do janitor-themed
They're
stuff.
still actively there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, they're there. They do shows all over Future World or World Celebration or whatever.
You
it's
talking about the
called now.
Jameters made me think of the fact... You have anything else to say about Jameters?
I just really like them. I am a percussionist myself, and that show was just really cool to see. 9 out of 10. I like it.
So, the Jameters makes me think of something we kind of failed to mention at the start of this podcast. EPCOT's a big festival park.
Yes.
We failed to mention that about EPCOT. EPCOT and the World Showcase kind of work on this festival schedule.
I was going to
Most
get
of
to
the
that when we talked about beacons of magic.
Okay, but I think it's probably decent to talk about it now.
Sure. Before we jump into
into pavilions, because World Showcase is really where the pavilions take the most, where the festivals take the most shape. You see the festival. I'm just going to do this off the top of my head. Festival of the Arts, Festival of the Holidays, Food and Wine Festival, and Flower and Garden. There's 4 different festivals, different parts of the year. Pretty much, you don't go if you go to EPCOT. 90% of the time, there is a festival there. There is almost always an EPCOT festival.
Yep, there's always a festival, pretty much. Big festival park. I mean, nothing
In
more
March,
to say there right now.
In March, there's continue. There, I think the Festival of the Arts still runs with the musical guests, the concert series that starts. I'm very excited to watch some of those concert series. I think ABBA, an ABBA group is doing one, and they have a bunch of pretty famous people or famous recreators come in to perform at the stage. I think is the stage in American Adventure.
There is a stage in American Adventure Pavilion. Yeah. I think that's where most of these things are.
Yeah, I think so too. So very interesting. It's an interesting thing. There are a lot of food offerings. They really dive into the food offerings on all these things, and the Odyssey Pavilion is used for that.
Yep. Okay. Ready to move on?
That covers festivals.
That covers it pretty well. Land Pavilion. This is the pavilion where you have Soarin' and the Living with the Land attraction.
Awesome Planet!
And I guess Awesome Planet is there.
Awesome Planet is there.
Yeah.
Neither of us did it, but Awesome Planet is there.
And I honestly don't know a thing about it, but it's
a show about biomes.
Yeah.
We were going to have 2 shows in Disney World about biomes at one point.
But we do. Zootopia Together Day.
It is about biomes, isn't it?
Uh-huh. Anyway, so what do you think you rated the Land Pavilion?
I'm currently getting over the biomes thing, but
what did you rate the Land Pavilion?
The Land Pavilion is probably a 9 out of 10.
8 out of 10. I gave it a 7 out of 10.
The restaurant is so good. Sunshine Seasons is a great restaurant. The cheese pizza roll that I had was absolutely unbelievable. I would get that again if it's still there on the menu when we go there in April. I would definitely go there again.
Okay. I really like it. It's just kind of pretty and cool. The greenhouses are really nice. I think when I did the Living with the Land ride, we did it at sunset, so I was able to look up through the glass in the greenhouse, and I saw the sunset, and that was a really cool moment for me.
That sounds fun. I would enjoy that. So, Living with the Land is one of the rides that is definitely different if you ride it in the day. Does that ride keep operating at night with lights in that?
I honestly don't know off the top of my head.
I wonder if they close. I don't know this off the top of my head either.
I feel like it stays open, but I could be wrong.
I wonder if because they would have to put lights in there if it was dark. Because that's just going through a dark room. I wonder if there's a nighttime POV, not glimmering greenhouses, because that's what's going to come up. So I don't know if that actually...
It has normal hours.
Yeah, I wonder what that looks like at night.
Although it's temporarily closed right now, and I don't know why.
Well, I was telling you that earlier. Remember, they drained it.
Oh yeah, surprise closure.
Surprise closure. They drained it. So I don't know what they're working on in there, but they did drain it, and it was definitely a surprise closure. It's not like one day. You don't drain the ride if it's a 1-day closure. So we'll see.
Okay, next up is the Seas Pavilion.
8 out of 10. 8 or 9 out of 10.
10 out of 10. We both gave it an instant 10 out of 10.
Unbelievable pavilion. I just didn't know I was that nice.
Yeah. So we don't care for the attractions in the Seas Pavilion.
And that doesn't bring it down for us.
We are separating the attractions from the pavilion. Okay, they are different for us. Does that make if that makes sense? I realize I can't get feedback from the audience here, but you know.
You're not
Does
live.
that make sense, everyone?
Yeah, Caleb. Just talk to the comment section that has no comments.
Okay. So we both really like it. I like the aquarium aspect of it. It's just
manatees, sea turtles, dolphins aren't there right now. Sharks. You have so much you can see here. Fish. You don't like. You go to Epcot and you can see. You go to Disney property in total. You see so much. You've got animals. You've got so much that you can see there. It's so cool. Your face lit up. What were you lighting up about?
So you know how I'm doing the research stuff and I have my iPad up here?
Yeah?
Well, I'm sorry for everyone here for Disney, but you asked, so you have to know. Phillies news just broke. We released Nick Castellanos.
Yay!
So,
Woo!
for all the WAWD fans here, there's
Anyone
that.
who knows me. Let's go.
Okay.
Caleb, now we have to do a breaking news podcast after this.
We actually have to,
Get
on
this
topic,
done.
Disney. That just popped up, though, so
Okay,
I
good.
saw it.
Yeah.
Next up, Imagination Pavilion.
Imagination Pavilion. We have to jump back into real worldness. And Figment. What, did I give it a great grading? I think I did.
What did you think you gave it?
9.
6.5.
Why?
It was a 5 out of 10 with a +1 for fun music game and +1 for
Fun
the
music
being
game.
on.
Hold on. We got to talk about the fun music game. The fun music game. This is the coolest thing. Now, this is like a thing that I think if you're a little No. This is if you're a kid and you run around like a little play area and one of those old like playhouses, you get amusement out of it. I don't think normally the 18-year-old person that runs around this area will enjoy this as much as I did, but you got to stand on the different squares or shapes on the ground and it would play the Figment song with that different instrument. This is one of the most entertaining things of all time. And I could have stood there forever. I know, as Mom and Lori know, that I definitely could have stood there forever because they had to pretty much pull me out of that place. It's me and a bunch of other little kids running around, but I'm just one little spark. It's on like a kazoo, and then it's on just drums. I need to like budget time to spend just in the queue. I rather fine, ride the ride, whatever.
Exit.
Ride the ride, whatever. I care about the exit of that ride more than I do the actual ride. That is so much fun.
You can just go into that room, right?
I know, but at that point, I'll
ride?
just ride the ride
Fair point.
because I like Figment, and I'm just doing it for him. The little turtleneck, but I'm going to try yellow turtleneck Figment. I love that ending, and I really, 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 really want to get a picture with Figment. I want that on my wall.
Bucket list item.
Bucket list item is a meet and greet with Figment, which they just brought back not long ago from when we went there. That was not always a thing. They just started using Figment. Like, I need a picture of me with Figment or me and you with Figment. That would be the coolest thing to hang on my wall.
Yeah. So, is it my turn now?
Yes, sorry. It's an override. I love that part.
So, I liked the appearance of the pavilion. I gave it a 6.5 out of 10. The issue is I also gave it a -3 for the jumping fountains being off. When I was a kid,
Here we go.
one of my favorite parts of that entire area was the
they were
jumping
on for me.
fountains.
They were on
Yes,
for me as
I
a noise
know. I know. Oh, wait, no, they weren't. They weren't, Kevin. The falls were on.
Falls were on for me.
Which also were off for me. Hence the -3. The falls were on. Okay. So I always loved the jumping fountains because they jump and the water goes from one fountain to the next to the next. It's this great imagination idea. It is so cool. I loved it. And they weren't working.
No one can see your hands other than me.
Yeah. They weren't working, okay? They weren't working. I don't know what else to say. And also there's Imagination Falls where the water there's
know
fountains
why
that
it
goes
wasn't
up
working.
and not down. And that was so cool on the one day that it worked, and it was just off the other day. And it's just so sad.
That is strange why that wasn't working for you.
I don't know.
Because it was
just
working fine when
off.
I was there, and it's working when on the live streams. It's one of the coolest things. I don't think the fountains were, though, working fine on other days. Did they
The
work?
jumping
Yeah.
fountains, they work now.
They work now, but when both of the days you were there, they didn't
Both
work?
of the days I was there, they didn't
when
work.
I was there,
Both
they
of the
weren't
days
working.
you were there, they didn't work.
Would they? Do you think they would turn the jumping fountains off and it's raining?
No,
So then, okay, I was just
don't
trying to
think
put
so.
logical sense together.
I don't know.
It wasn't like our trips were that far apart. Maybe the fountains were just
Yeah,
off
they might
for a
have
few
just
couple
been
weeks.
off or broken, but it really kind of bothered me. When they work, though, they're really cool, and I'd probably give it like a +2 or 3 for that. And since then, I've also done more research around the Imagination Pavilion, and I feel like this is a little low. So with everything working, it's probably like an 11 out of 10.
Yeah.
But with my personal experience,
God,
it
what
was
that
a
could do with it- what that
3.5
could-
out of 10.
What that could do with a decent ride in that pavilion.
Ready for the next one?
Yep.
We've got Moana Journey of Water.
Oh, wow. This is so out of order. Going
Yes.
around the park. Moana Journey of Water. Good place. 6.
Yep,
Yeah.
6. Just kind of a cool thing. You said it felt like more of an Animal Kingdom or
Oh, yeah.
Adventureland thing than Epcot, and I'm completely with you.
Which is not fit to Epcot. The theme of it. Okay, I'm going to change that statement. The way they made it fit into Epcot works. With barely. It does teach you about the water cycle. Does it really, theming-wise, fit into Epcot? No. Does it look kind of cool with Spaceship Earth in the background at different parts of that? And I have some of my favorite photos that I took of Epcot in that spot. Yes. Yes. The answer is yes. I very, very much enjoy the way Spaceship Earth looks off it. The way it looks at night is cool looking. So again, Epcot looks unbelievable at night. We can just get that out of the way now. The whole park looks great at night.
Oh my goodness, it is. But we'll get to that later. I don't have anything else real to say about Moana Journey of Water. It's cool, unique. It's like I like it. It is innovative. There's a lot of things in it that is everything Disney is supposed to be with the water technology they had. On the other hand, the Moana aspect of it just doesn't land as much as other stuff for me, but it's good. It's fine.
Again, this really, really feels like it should have just gone in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
Especially with Animal Kingdom needing things to do.
Yep.
Like, it really, really should have gone somewhere in Animal Kingdom. I don't know where, but somewhere.
But this was the whole reimagining of Epcot. Anyway, we're going on to the
You don't
main...
need to start on the reimagining of Epcot. The reimagining of Epcot was a complete disaster.
COVID happened. But even before
Still
then,
a disaster.
It was still,
Even before that,
issues.
they cut things before COVID happened. The big double-layer, multi-story festival pavilion, the how we've turned out in Communicore Hall area, the Mary Poppins spot getting destroyed, not saying that it was the greatest attraction of all time. It was something else. It was another ride. There's a lot of things that just didn't happen. Harmonious was terrible, so put that in there, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But, not fun. We're going to move on.
Okay, so the next thing for us to talk about is the main Epcot area. So that, from what we're talking about, is the center gardens. And that whole creations, connections, that whole center area.
gardens.
Mickey and Friends, Club Cool, creations, all that stuff.
Yeah. How would I like to rate this?
Well, how did you rate it? What do you
I don't
think?
remember because it's my thoughts on it have changed immensely from when that. I think, unless I just have it as a 5.
You gave it a 6 out of 10 with a
Okay.
+1 for the Walt statue.
Oh yeah, I forgot the Walt statue was in there. The Walt statue was amazing.
It really is, and it's a great photo spot, and everyone goes there for a photo, so it's not a great photo spot because of that, but it is a great photo spot. I gave it an 11 out of 10. It's a really pretty area at night. The view of, I referred to it as the golf ball, but for future purposes, I'm going to refer to it as Spaceship Earth, so everyone is aware. Spaceship Earth is the golf ball. They're one and the same.
Yes. I think for the general Disney fan, it's a golf ball looking thing. For better, more in-depth Disney fans, it's Spaceship Earth. And we are now, if you have made it to an hour and so into this podcast, then you're a more in-depth Disney fan.
Yep, you get to hear it referred to as Spaceship Earth. So the view of Spaceship Earth from the gardens and Spaceship Earth at night is beautiful, but it's just a great area. Nothing more to say there. Ready for the next spot?
I already saw this because I just scrolled too far.
Okay,
but-
so this is labeled as end of Spaceship Earth in front of Epcot. So I'm going to say this is the entrance area.
No.
No?
This is the Project Tomorrow area and the entrance area lumped into one. So this is lumped into one. Why, I have no idea, but it's lumped into one.
Yeah, I give it an 11 out of 10. If you're catching a theme, everything about EPCOT is pretty.
Yes, as Caleb wrote a lot, just so pretty, or just very pretty, very stunning. Encanto area is so pretty. A lot of different. You loved the way it looked.
Yeah. I just like the vibe of EPCOT.
Kind of like I like the vibe of Animal Kingdom, but.
Yep. Nothing else really to say for the front of EPCOT, I don't think. Because the rest of it is World Showcase pavilions, and then we need to get onto nighttime shows, and we'll talk about Spaceship Earth.
Yeah.
Stuff then.
So let's just. So do you want to talk about Project Tomorrow then now?
Go for it.
Because
talk about Project Tomorrow.
Because I know
honestly don't know much about it.
You liked it. You told me to go back and explore it.
Oh, that's the exit to Spaceship Earth.
To Spaceship Earth.
Oh my goodness, I forgot that we didn't talk about that yet.
Yes, you told me specifically while we were there the second day, you told me make sure you go back and explore a little bit, and I proceeded not to do that. But not because I ignored him, just because I didn't have enough time.
There's games, and it's so cool.
We need to really talk about how we're going to budget our time in EPCOT.
Yes.
We really need to have this conversation.
EPCOT's going to be the hard one for the senior trip.
For the budgeted time. But yeah, I definitely want to, but because I need to play my Figment song, and I need to do some Project Tomorrow. But Project Tomorrow is a fun area. There's a lot of little mini games. There's a lot of stuff in there.
Yes.
You come back down the ending, you come into that room, and it's really, really cool looking. I really, really enjoy it. I think that you can say the same. You had a lot of fun in that area.
Yeah, and I did not get to stay as long as I wanted to, but it is just a really cool area.
Yeah. Moving on.
Nothing else really to say there. We're really just kind of going to run through the World Showcase pavilions because a lot of them have similar deals. So, here we go. We're going to start with Canada.
Oh, we're going that way?
Yeah.
Okay. Did not do.
Dash out of 10.
So I'm going to let me give my World Showcase preface because,
preface.
What does preface mean?
I that's just not how you say the word.
Oh, I thought it was a different word. Okay, no. Yeah, my pre-thing about World Showcase is I wish that it was not raining when I was there. We did not get to do everything in those pavilions that we wanted to do. We did not have the time. EPCOT is the best description of a full day park I think there is out there. Like Magic Kingdom too, but EPCOT, so much to just look at and experience in EPCOT that you really do need that full day or an extra day if you really want to experience a lot of it. Personally, I don't know what you think about that. But we did 2 days there, and it rained the first day. It rained the whole time. So walking outside, EPCOT is one of the worst parks for rain. You can't get anywhere without going outside in these wide open spaces. And it's just not a fun place to be in the rain, especially in the World Showcase. So I didn't get to experience that the way I would have liked to.
Yeah, my rain story is we were stuck in the back at American Adventure Pavilion in the very back of the park when it started downpouring, and we had to get out the front, and it was an adventure to say the least.
Why did you have to get out the front?
To get back to the resort. We were done our day in the park.
Yeah, but couldn't you technically just gone out the other way and taken a bus from one of those hotels?
No.
Why not?
Those buses don't go to other resorts, and I don't even think you're really allowed to. I don't know.
You can go from resort to
resort. I don't know.
On a bus.
We were going out the front. I trust that my parents and aunts too, as much as they know about Disney, knew there was a reason not to do that.
Yeah, I'm just wondering.
Maybe the bus depots were too far away there.
Yeah, that's probably
it might have even been further away and more difficult.
That probably would have been it, because I think you could take it right to the transportation and ticket center and take something from there, but that might not be worth it by the time you go through the water. Yeah. But yeah, rain. You get stuck in the rain in EPCOT. You are stuck in the rain at EPCOT. There is no other No other explanation for that. So that's my little thing for World Showcase. I have now seen a lot of the pavilions, so my experience level in these pavilions is not that high, but my video level and photo level is very high.
So one of the interesting things about the entire World Showcase is it is so much fun to do the Where in Walt Disney World photos there because there's so much distinct stuff about each of the pavilions
Each
for you to
pavilion is
identify.
huge.
They all have their own distinct art style and such. So, Canada. I rated it a 7 out of 10. Not much more to
I had like a dash out of 10, right?
Yeah, dash out of 10 because you didn't explore that one. It's really pretty. My dad, when we were there, one of his coworkers was there the previous day. He sent him a photo of them in the Canada Pavilion. So Daddy responded by taking a photo of himself in the Canada Pavilion.
In that same
And
spot.
yeah, in the same spot and sending it back the next day.
That's cool. That's fun. I definitely... I wish I could have explored this more. There's the show there. There's the Canada...
Yeah.
The O Canada show. Right?
Circle Vision.
Circle Vision, yeah. I would... It's a show, probably... The music is... Unless that's a... Did they change the theme song?
I don't know. We didn't
Canada,
do that.
Oh, Canada.
I can't
We're not
going
to hit those high notes. So I just tried to do it at the bass level. No one can hear you, Caleb. You backed too far away from the microphone.
I backed up way too far. It's fine.
Caleb and me are both in rocking chairs.
Yeah. So,
Rocking foldable chairs on a fold-out table in a outside patio with snow around us. So we're talking about warm weather Disney.
yeah, and it's getting hot in here too. UK Pavilion next. I gave it an 8.5. Red telephone booths. They're just kind of cool. There's not a lot we can really say about a lot of these pavilions. We just kind of go through them. They look really cool. I would implore all of you, when you're watching this, when we get to each of these pavilions, just like look up EPCOT Canada Pavilion, EPCOT UK Pavilion, and look at them. So much of these pavilions are based on the heritage, and you're exploring the nation's culture there. And a lot of that has to do with the architecture that is in each of these pavilions and the colors and the way it looks. It's really cool in that way, which is very different from any of the other theme parks that Disney has. It's more on the edutainment side of things, like all of Epcot can
Epcot
and should
is so
be.
much different than any other park
Yeah.
in the world. Or anything anyone's done. The way they've done it is so incredibly amazing. What?
I just looked at my France rating.
Can I read your France rating out loud to everybody?
Yeah, go for it.
Caleb's France rating is as follows. Caleb, it had Ratatouille. 0 out of 10 with a +3 for actually looking good and a +1 for the hidden Mickey. Caleb gave the France Pavilion a 0 out of 10 all because of Remy brought it down. I am going to just read mine is I'm not going to read mine because mine's longer than that, but mine is a 5 out of 10 with a -1 for Remy and a -1 for being confusing to get around and getting lost multiple times. That is coming from a person who does not get lost 90% of the time. I know my way around places. I'm pretty good with directions once I get knowing places, and I could not find the attraction. I felt very frustrated. I could not find Remy anywhere.
How? You just walk back and take a left.
I couldn't find it. I was on the map. I couldn't find that loop. We couldn't, and the four of us together, we couldn't find the other side. That it doesn't make sense to go back around the back of the pavilion. But if you went to get directions on the My Disney Experience app to Remy, it's not clear that you have to go around the building. When we put it in, I had to actually physically put it into the directions. Okay?
But you can see the entrance is around the back of the pavilion.
Do I have to pull this up to make?
I have it pulled up. I don't understand how you couldn't find Remy.
I had such a problem with this. I had such an issue with this.
Regardless, though, France is actually really cool. If you take Remy out of the equation, which has a 95-minute wait right now.
Yeah, but
oh
I
my
can't.
goodness.
But what it does when you go into you can go into the directions tab of the thing when you're actually there.
Yeah.
And it gave me because we were already deeply in the middle of the pavilion. We were already down there on that side. So we had to try to get ourselves out, and the directions were not very clear on how to get to the back of the pavilion. It was confusing. You had to be there to experience that. It was frustrating.
Okay, well, I wasn't there, so I guess I cannot understand that, and neither can any of the listeners.
No.
Okay.
No, but we can all understand, Caleb, that 3 attractions are down. Soarin', Spaceship Earth, and Test Track are all down right now in that park.
And Living with the Land.
No, Living with the Land's open.
What?
Unless...
You just said it was drained.
Oh, no. Not Soarin'. Soarin's open. Living with the Land is closed. Spaceship Earth is closed, and Test Track is closed.
Okay, that sounds a lot better. Okay, Morocco was pretty cool. One of the interesting things about Morocco is Tower of Terror fits right in the background of Morocco.
That's
perfectly.
when people cared about sightlines.
Yes, and it is so cool.
Look it up.
What? Oh,
Look it up.
You're telling everyone.
I'm telling
else
everyone to look it up.
Yeah,
look it up because we can't explain it. We can explain it all we want, but you have to look it up and see.
You have to see this stuff to really do it justice, and the way it themes and fits in, it literally could be in the Morocco pavilion.
And
it is so cool.
It's not like this was. It was designed. It's designed
intentional.
It's all intentional. It's not like what a cool coincidence. No, it was intentional.
No, they were intentional about the design of Tower of Terror when they were creating Hollywood studios.
Which is cool.
So that's just a really fun tidbit. Kevin has a dash out of 10, of course. Japan was cool. 8 out of 10. The vibes of all of these places are just so cool. It looks nice. There were drummers there that were also cool. Anything else to say?
No, I didn't. It was raining.
Again, look up photos of all of these places.
Again, beautiful pavilion. One of the is China the one? Is Japan or China? Which one's the one that has a really good celebration on New Year's Eve?
I don't know.
One of the two, I think it might be Japan, who has an unbelievable. They have the DJ. They've got really big celebration into that.
Okay.
I thought
I don't know a darn thing about that.
If anyone's bored on New Year's Eve next year or 4th of July, go watch a Disney live stream because it's very entertaining in EPCOT, to see the party that New Year's Eve becomes in EPCOT.
Yeah, and they also changed the Epcot Nighttime Spectacular for each of those, too.
Yes, just slightly at the ending.
Okay, America Pavilion is cool. I ate there, and the food was good. Kevin gave it a 1 out of 10 because he really wanted to see the American Adventure Show, but ran out of time. So
Thanks
that's
to the
a separate
stupid
story.
drawbridge.
Hey, that drawbridge allows for these shows.
It doesn't allow for any good shows right now.
Luminous is good.
Luminous is good, but it's not Illuminations.
No, it's not Illuminations, but it's still good. It's just
I miss Illuminations.
Good. Yes, we all do.
But yes, I really wanted to see the American Adventure Show. I've learned so much about the American Adventure Show, and I wasn't able to see it. So that's depressing.
Italy, I did not care for as much when we were there. It was just a lot smaller, and there wasn't as much cool stuff there.
Same, walked by in the rain.
Germany, awesome. It had a miniature train area, which was really cool.
I love the train.
And just the art style is cool. And, Italy's the one with the stupid photo that Mommy sent, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's Italy, not Germany. Their art styles are surprisingly similar. Anyway, moving on to China.
The train is great. I love the little
train.
train.
In Germany.
I love the little train. I gave it a 3 out of 10. Caleb gave it a 9 out of 10. I'm just scrolling through these. I'm not guessing them because I'm just
not guessing these. There isn't much to guess.
I definitely love the train. Again, it was raining. What a surprise! It was raining.
Yeah, it was raining all the time for you. So, China Pavilion, there's Circle Vision there, which I didn't really like. Kevin, did you do the Circle Vision?
No.
Oh, yeah, because you had to choose between the two, and you chose the American Adventure Show and got sucked by the drawbridge, didn't you?
Yes.
Anyway.
So I didn't see either of of the shows. I had to move the mic away so it didn't blow somebody's
I
ear
could
out.
tell. Okay, you gave it a 6.5 out of 10.
Too. I wanted to see at least one of them. I didn't see any of the shows in the pavilions.
Like we said, budgeting time for EPCOT's going to be difficult.
And just this, we really need to have an in-depth conversation about that.
Yep. Okay, Norway is next. For me, it was a 10 out of 10 with Frozen, and there was also this like museum-esque place with Norse gods and stories and artifacts, which was really cool that I liked.
Yoo-hoo, big summer blowout. What? It's not the right tone.
No, but it's still okay.
It's still okay.
Not as good as the Soren imitation, though.
No, that was, I didn't know I could even do that. But anyway, no, I like this ride. I like this pavilion. I like the ride. This is one of the pavilions I actually got to explore because we had a lot of time. I forget what we were waiting there for. Well, I watched Luminous in front of this pavilion, so I had some time to explore it at night. We wanted to just explore it because I don't know why we spent so much time waiting around there instead of going down to China, but I just don't remember. It's probably in my journal entry or whatever from that day, but we got to explore the shops, and it's a beautiful layout pavilion. I have a feeling I might have gave every pavilion a 10 out of 10 if I actually explored them all.
Well, yeah, if you explore them all, they're all really cool.
Yeah. You just have to have the time, and
Yeah.
that's why if you really want to explore the pavilions and all that, you need a lot more time than you might think you need.
Yeah, and more than most people have for a Disney trip.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
So the final pavilion for us to talk about is the Mexico Pavilion.
I like it more than you.
Yeah.
I had it 11.5 out of 10, and you had it an 8.
Yep. We
I
both
love
really
this
like it.
pavilion.
It's cool.
It's fun.
The facade is really cool, and then you see pictures where you see the showroom, and it is just comical.
You can see if you see any I can't think of the word. What's it called? Not exterior. Like when you're high in the air.
Interior?
No. When you're high in the air, you get like a view from up top.
An aerial view?
Yeah, that. I thought isn't there an E word?
What?
There's an E word, right? Oh, elevation. An elevated view.
Okay.
Or aerial view. Sorry, that was rough to get to that point. But an elevated view of the parks, you can see in the back of most of these World Showcase pavilions, you've got big boxes that are hidden.
Yeah.
But good by
But they're
Imagineering.
hidden really well.
They're hidden, and I want that same thing with the Indiana Jones. When they redo that, hopefully that's the same thing in Animal Kingdom, that they do it that way. We'll talk about that later.
So yeah, not much more to say there. We talked about the restaurant a little bit and how we both like that with the three caballeros. It's just a cool area. The facade is really cool.
So are we at nighttime shows yet?
I have something else to hit before the nighttime shows. Friendship boats.
Oh, God. Okay.
Friendship boats. I rode them.
Yes, and you got mad at the track.
Yeah, because the routes are useless.
Explain, please.
The routes, the boats, I would think, like, you could make them a mode of transportation. But it takes longer to take the boats than it does to walk.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
By a lot. Because it's not like you're going from, like, one half of the World Showcase to the other. You're not going straight across the lagoon. No. Why would we set that route? No.
Why would we be smart with the way we design a route for a boat that's supposed to be transportation?
Instead, we're going to go from the Canada Pavilion to Morocco. 2 pavilions down. Like,
That doesn't do
there were
anything.
some others. Canada to Germany could be cool. Like, that might be productive.
It'd also be really cool to go across the
Yeah.
lagoon.
It was a cool experience to be on the boat and see it, but I don't know. I would have liked more useful routes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agreed. Definitely agreed. I didn't do them, but I agree.
It is time for the nighttime spectaculars.
I'm too far down on this list.
Well, we're actually going to go back to the original tab. Well, actually, we're going to start with Beacons of Magic.
I have to change tabs? I'm on this tab.
Go back to the We Go On and On podcast notes, the first tab. So, first we are going to talk about Beacons of Magic show. At the 40th anniversary, right, Kevin, is when Spaceship Earth got that update.
I zoned out for a second because I was looking at the Google
So
Doc. What'd you
the
tell
new
me?
lights in the show, they came with Disney's 40th anniversary,
I think so.
right?
Yes, I did.
So when Epcot had its 40th anniversary, like 6 years ago or something like that now, 4-ish, something along those lines, 4 years ago. I just did the math. Disney updated Spaceship Earth to have, instead of like whatever projection type system they had before, now there are light bulbs all over it at every point equally spaced, and they can actually like do cool shows. And the first show that they did 4 years ago, 2022, was a show that was all about the history of Epcot. And to this day, that remains as my favorite Epcot Beacons of Magic show. Since then, Kevin, can you talk about what current shows there are and what other ones have replaced it? All this stuff is very difficult to find online.
So you know it more than I do because I don't pay attention to it consistently. You've done the research to try to figure it out. I know that I don't know them. I really don't. I know there's a Moana show. I know there's the like older celebrating the park show. There's the Muppet Kermit the Frog show. And is there I said Moana, right?
Yep, so there's the Moana, there's Rainbow Connections for the Muppets. There is a Figment one.
Okay, yeah.
There is, I think, a Coco or Encanto one.
Yeah, Encanto sounds right.
Encanto. And then there is, of course, the one that I was talking about earlier that is the beacon, like the original one, which ends in the illuminations.
And it still plays.
On.
It still plays, you just don't know when.
Yeah, I don't know when. I don't think it plays right now because this stuff is the stuff that changes with the
festivals,
yeah.
So Festival of the Arts is playing the Muppet one, I think, right now.
Muppets
Rainbow.
and Figment.
Yes. Now, when we go Flower and Garden, I wonder what plays for Flower and Garden.
And I don't know because, like I said, this stuff, I cannot find it anywhere to save my life.
This is a thing, like, if I lived down there and I had an annual pass or something, I would go figure it out.
Yeah, and just like Disney, can you just make this publicly available and easily found?
It's not like we're talking about something crazy here.
I'm talking about the main show that goes on Spaceship Earth.
It's not like someone's going to dislike your show just by you posting it out there.
Yeah, and you don't even have to post a video if you don't want to. We can keep leaving that in the hands of all the fans.
But if you gave a special showtimes, you'd also get people to, but you don't even have to tell the showtimes.
Yeah. I don't think it's listed on the app right now as something that happens.
Which is fascinating. The age that we're on, with everything listed, like the random performers, like Streetmosphere type performers, are listed on the website, but a big show with blaring music and lights coming off of the Spaceship Earth, you've not have that listed. That doesn't make sense.
Beacons of Magic isn't on here. I'm looking at it right now.
It's incredible. It really is incredible because it happens. We're not like conspiracy theorists. It's definitely a thing. There's videos. You look it up on YouTube. It's there. I wonder if the YouTube videos, Caleb, are the YouTube videos dated? Like to find like what might be playing at what time of year?
Yeah, so I've looked at live streams, and that is the best way for me to be able to find what Beacons of Magic plays when. I have to find a live stream and then go through and find the date, and like if I have a time of year that I want to find, I have to find a live stream from that time of year that's at night at Epcot to be able to figure that out, because if I try to Google it, all that information is old and isn't good if anything even comes up. Okay, anything else for Beacons of Magic other than I really like them? No, I really like the Epcot 40th stuff.
Yeah, I didn't really get to see it. We were at night either just barely making it to Luminous or in queues and stuff, so didn't have that much time to actually see it. I wonder if there's a little point. I wonder if you could watch the fireworks. Is there a Beacons of Magic show that runs after the fireworks finish?
It runs all night, yeah.
So I wonder, like, if
It
you
runs
watched,
after the fireworks.
if you
finish.
watched the fireworks, and then you just were kind of ahead of everyone, and you stopped in like the center of Epcot in the world celebration area, and just watched the show, like looking at the Walt statue and watching it. Probably be an interesting way to watch the fireworks, and then you're ahead of everyone else. You're not rushing out of the park, but you're standing up at the middle waiting for, say, your group to get back or whatever. Idea.
Okay, I think it is time to finally get into the actual nighttime spectaculars, and then that is about it, other than final reviews and music.
But I think we've covered a ton of Epcot. I think we did a thorough, good review on Epcot.
Yeah. Okay, so now I have to get back to this. So, I'm taking the microphone off its stand a little bit because this is going to be done properly. So, with Epcot, there is a strong history of nighttime spectaculars here. Okay? The first one was Carnival de Lumiere, or the first, somewhat major one, which was 1982 to 1983. Not a super big deal. You had, then that was replaced by a New World Fantasy from 83 to 84, which was another, not a super big deal thing. That was then replaced by Laserphonic Fantasy from 1984 to 1996. This one lasted 12 years, and I actually watched a video of it before recording this podcast. It's cool. It definitely shows how much Illumination's Reflections of Earth took these nighttime spectaculars to a whole new level. It's very meh. There's some music, there's some fireworks, but it's not a particularly good show. That was then replaced by Illuminations 25 from 1996 to 1999. That, I honestly don't know a ton about that show, other than you started to have some more of the Illuminations-esque vibe and feel to it. Because, of course, the best nighttime spectacular of all time, Illuminations Reflections of Earth, debuted 1999 and went all the way to 2019 and was a truly amazing show. We have broken that down at length before. It is so cool, and I wouldn't mind doing a shorter podcast that is just Illuminations broken down even further.
Yeah, we could probably do a shorter podcast, just Illuminations, and maybe we could do that where we did these two podcasts every 2 weeks and record it after we do one of these and just put it out in between the 2 weeks.
I think that would be cool. I'm honestly not going to spend time on Illuminations today.
No, I don't. It's not the right spot. We have to dive into it in a different day.
Nothing we say here is going to be more in depth than what we did in episode 1.
Yeah, we will get in. We will, for anyone wondering on what our Illuminations opinions are, they will come. We will come. We will watch.
And they've already come.
Special. They've already come, but they've already...
We'll go into immense depth, though. Kevin started making a slideshow presentation about Illuminations for a school assignment, and I have started taking that and updating it, wordsmithing it, getting more detail.
Have you actually been using that same thing?
Well, I haven't changed anything since the end of the school year last year.
Oh.
It's just still sitting the way it did on the last day of school last year because my life has been that busy. But it's there, and I will finish it.
Maybe you'll get some more time to mess with it by whatever.
I will by the end of the year. Then Epcot Forever from 2019 to 21. This was an in-between show that was all about the history of Epcot. To be honest, it was kind of cool. It was a smaller scale show that was an in-between replacement stand-in show, and it showed that. But I wouldn't mind taking an Epcot Forever type show and scale it up, and maybe that's
the only good thing about that show was the kites.
Yeah, and
then the kites didn't run, so the show was not that good.
So then Epcot Forever was replaced by the big grand replacement for Illuminations, Harmonious, which lasted till 2023 and then was removed because it actually didn't turn out that good, and we don't really care for that one.
Yeah, we've got some problems with that one.
The barges are overly big. We see multiple characters at once, are some of my leading favorites, and the music and stuff, it's just, it doesn't have the emotional capture that Illuminations Reflections of Earth did. There's just something to be cool that can be said about Illuminations being an original show that told the story of the Earth. Harmonious did not do that and was just a whole bunch of Disney characters, and I don't really care for it. Kevin, you want to talk about Harmonious because you have a little bit more opinions on
I don't like
that
it.
one than I do.
Well, okay.
I think it's meh, but
I don't.
it
love
could be good, but it's not
The show is
EPCOT
not.
for
The
me.
show is not good at all. I don't like the show at all. I don't. I don't. Okay. I don't. I need to put my. I need to get words into my mouth for this.
Yeah, you need words. Words are good.
I feel like we've been doing this for so long that I'm like forgetting words. But no, I like the music. The music now has the music track has grown on me. I did not like it originally. I did not like the language change consistently. I do still think it's a little bit weird watching it, but the music soundtrack on its own is okay. The barges took up way too much space. They blocked people's views. It was a terrible, terrible layout. In Monster Barge, it was meme central for what you could create with these monster barges. And then you just double. You see people on the screen double from your angles. You didn't like that part.
Yeah, that bothers me because Disney has their rules about you only see the character once. You never see two Mickey Mouses, and that's a big rule about Disney magic that I really like, and Harmonious kind of breaking that rule bothered me. I've only ever really seen one other show do it, and that one other show was good enough that I was able to, like, forgive
Wondrous
it
Journeys?
a little bit. No, Wondrous Journeys
Wondrous Journeys does
did it, but not as
They've got
obvious.
the flying Baymax and then Baymax
Yeah.
on the castle.
That's not as obvious though
No.
as Believe
No.
Sea of Dreams or
I
Harmonious.
haven't watched that yet. I need to watch that.
We will watch that together at some point.
Yeah.
Harmonious could be good, but it's not an EPCOT show.
No, it's not. It's not an EPCOT show. Harmonious is an annoying show. You can tell how much it was not liked by the fact it didn't make it very long. Like,
Yeah.
you put that much money into a show and it doesn't make it that long, then you clearly took it away because of people not enjoying it.
Yep.
Or it's not getting as good reviews as you wanted it to make.
And to be fair, okay, you cannot possibly live up to Illuminations.
No, you set this such a high bar.
Like, Harmonious was never going to be as good as Illuminations, but it was a big fall from Illuminations, and that's kind of the problem. It would be a good show if it was, like, in the Magic Kingdom outside Lake, near those resorts that the ferry goes through.
Yeah.
Or if it was just, like, a Magic Kingdom show, then it would be good. But Epcot...
Tokyo Disney Sea?
Yeah,
Would fit-
Tokyo Disney Sea, Believe Sea of Dreams.
No. Would the Harmonious fit in Tokyo Disney Sea?
I don't know enough about Disney Sea. I don't think it quite fits the theme, but it could at least pass. The deal with Epcot, though, is Epcot is focused on being an edutainment, education and entertainment combination that focuses on real-world issues and the real-world future. The World Showcase is all these different countries around planet Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We're looking at all the different technology and stuff. It's not a world of fantasy like the Magic Kingdom is. The Nighttime Spectaculars need to address that, okay? Harmonious just does not work as an Epcot Nighttime Spectacular.
No, it does not. I don't think we need to spend any more time on it.
Nope.
I think we got the point done.
So then Epcot Forever came back for a few months. And then the rushed replacement, Luminous, A Symphony of Us, which is the current present day show, came back.
Rushed replacement, yes, but it is still a good show.
It is good. I like it. Speaking of which,
as my review was unbelievably good because most of these shows I watch on YouTube before I have seen them in person. Point being, Starlight, I must have watched that show at least 50 plus times at this point. So I've seen it a bunch on YouTube, but I purposely stayed away from it. I never watched it until I went there, and it was unbelievable to me to watch in person. I very, very much enjoyed it. now after watching at different angles and watching different shows, I don't think I stand as much on the 25 out of 10 review that I gave it. But I understand where that review came from.
Yeah.
For myself, for not seeing it at all again, that first time magic of the show. But I do understand now. It's probably more about a 13 or so out of 10. Showing my
So yeah, it's a good show. It's just like a solid replacement show. It doesn't go above and beyond anything, but it also isn't bad like Harmonious was. It's not quite a perfect EPCOT show, but it works as an EPCOT show. And for me, like, that's all you can really ask for.
yes,
Like, it fits as a solid EPCOT show.
it's fun. I like the hearts at the end, the beating of our hearts, the heart
Yeah.
pyrotechnics.
It doesn't stand out. It didn't do anything new or unique other than those hearts that you're talking about. So
Yeah.
it's just like a good show and nothing more, nothing less.
Original song.
Yep.
Yeah.
Does have decent original music. Like, everything's just kind of decent. It feels like an enchantment show.
If it gets
Everything's just
if
decent.
it gets replaced at some point, I don't think it's gonna, of course, have some diehard fans with it, like everything does. But I think people will be excited to see what would come next.
Yeah, no one's going to. It's not going.
Drones.
Yeah, okay.
Drones.
So, talking about the future of EPCOT shows. Okay, you got me down a rabbit hole. Okay, here we go. Really quick, because I want to get to the music, because I also really like that. But EPCOT Nighttime Spectaculars, I believe that the future of EPCOT Nighttime Spectaculars are going to be in the drones. Okay? Currently, there is a new show that's going to be going in the Paris Studios Park, which you had. What was the new name for it?
Disney Adventure World.
Disney Adventure World. That is a 360 view around a lake show with drones. If this show works and looks good, I will be overjoyed, because I believe that I would hope that team would then move to an EPCOT show, given that it is about the same idea. You're going to try to use drones in the next show.
Yeah.
It is a 360-degree vision show around a lagoon. They are going to be faced with a very similar challenge. The difference is just they have to make the EPCOT show fit the EPCOT themes, whereas the Disney Adventure World show has to fit their themes. And that's also what's special about Disney to me, is that all these different parks have their own themes, and when you stick to that and do that really well, it's really cool.
Yes. Now Caleb got into his very deep nighttime shows and stuff. So let's...
Just to be clear, that is the only reason why I'm paying as much attention as I am to Studios Park Paris and that new expansion.
For that reason.
For that reason of I want to see that nighttime spectacular.
You're going to be watching that video within the hours of that releasing.
I'm hoping that I can. Yes.
Yeah, you will be able to.
Because it's Paris.
It's also, I think, a Thursday or a Friday of a release date.
Paris, so I think
It's in March.
time-wise, it could work.
It's in March, right?
Yeah, March 29th.
That's the end of the month.
Yeah, that's Sunday.
Timing could technically work out for you there.
Yep, and it would actually have gone off at 3 o'clock, I think, if it's a 9 o'clock start time.
What, PM or AM?
PM.
Oh, you might be able to watch
So
it then.
I could probably, watch it live. And I might just do it. If anyone is live in Paris opening day for that show,
I think someone will be.
I would hope so. Anyway, the final thing that we really need to review is the EPCOT music. And I just gave one, big excited rant, so I think it's your turn to just talk, and then I'll do my next big excited rant about music in EPCOT.
Yes. Okay, music in EPCOT. Let's get going. The theme songs are great. They're not there anymore. Most of them aren't there anymore. The background music tracks are great. The Living with the Land song I will put on sometimes while I'm working on ELA work. I absolutely love the Living with the Land track. Soarin' audio track is unbelievable. Spaceship Earth has that very, very classic. I can't even hum that because I don't know it off the top of my head, but you know it. If you're an Epcot person, Test Track has every pavilion even in the World Showcase, has that distinct music that's your track. That's your setting. Are we breathing fire today? No, I don't know. Sorry, also, there's a live stream also while we're doing this, and it is important for my creative entertainment body to understand if we're breathing fire today on the parades. But anyway, music is amazing. Caleb listens to this. This is almost the reason we started the playlist, right?
Yeah, pretty much. So I love EPCOT music so much. Okay, the EPCOT anthem is beautiful, and the way it is like one of the first songs you hear when you walk in the door or walk in the park entrance. There isn't really a door there. When you walk in the metaphysical door, and then it's the last thing you hear when you hear the show, and thus the metaphysical end of your Disney day in Epcot. I just feel like that is such a cool through line, and the music is just so good. Like the way it's just iconic, the way you can walk in and that music is just there. Not to mention all of the old Epcot music theme songs. Every pavilion has their own like version of music, and it's all good. I am a music person, and I love the Epcot music.
So, yeah, I don't think we have anything else to say. Let's give the final reviews.
Final ratings. Okay.
The long 2 hour and 15-minute wait to get our final ratings.
It's been long. Epcot is like my favorite park.
It's also the biggest and has the most probably to talk about.
Probably. Okay. Main factors. Kevin's ratings. Appearance.
7 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Nighttime shows.
25 out of 10.
Yep. Rides.
7 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Music and feel.
10 out of 10.
You said 6.
Why?
Well, you see, Kevin's opinions of Epcot have changed since this review. I have converted him to an Epcot lover. He was not at the time.
Oh, yes, I wasn't. I was not.
Kevin was not an Epcot lover at the time of these reviews.
I think I got spewed by the rain, and I didn't know the history behind all this stuff. 2 years later, I know too much. I think sometimes learning about the past of Disney can destroy the parks in a way, like learning how all this was.
Only with Epcot.
Definitely.
Okay.
And Hollywood Studios as well.
Yeah,
that
to
hurts.
an extent.
That hurts.
My final ratings, I gave an appearance a 13 out of 10, nighttime shows 9 out of 10, rides a 7 out of 10, music and feel a 20 out of 10, and let's see, as far as other comments, I like the openness and the idea of Epcot plus 2 bonus points. A test track down and it being redone and the newer rides don't hit as well, minus 2 points, and I gave it an 11 out of 10 final rating.
So my other opinions, and I don't even really agree with what I wrote anymore, but I do think a lot of the buildings in World Showcase do look similar from the new updates. Not World Showcase. Future World.
Okay.
Future World.
Yeah, don't say that about the World Showcase, because they have their own distinct art styles.
No. I meant the middle.
You lost me for a moment.
It kind of looks, the aesthetic is supposed to look like that. But the Communicore Hall building, I do not like how that looks. I do not like the layout of that. I wish it still had that like old 80s Epcot, 80s, 90s Epcot feel of the electric umbrella and how they had mouse gears and the way those were set up. And fountain, please. Why did you get rid of a fountain? Why?
So I think the biggest takeaway here is that we both really love Epcot and think that it's a really good park. But we also, with as much as we know about old Epcot and Illuminations and everything that used to be there, we didn't even get to talk about the Millennium Celebration.
I know we didn't, but
we'll have to do we have to do something about that another time.
Let's do Illuminations and Millennium Celebration.
Let's just do a Millennium Celebration podcast. That'll be the next one after these 4 podcasts, I think. Hopefully.
Yeah, well,
I really want to.
We have to do Millennium Celebration. We have to do entertainment.
Yeah. Okay, Millennium Celebration, that will be a podcast in itself that we will do at some point.
I think we might need to do.
Really
I think
excited.
we should probably do the entertainment one before we go to the parks, and then that one we get back.
But Millennium Celebration,
it's good. It's good. We're probably going to end up talking about it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Before then,
But anyway, we know all of this old stuff about Epcot, and we just go, we really like it as it is, but what could it be? What could it be if we like almost turn back the clock in some style? Like, what if the Guardians coaster was an original themed attraction?
That would
Like,
again, you don't know this, and I'll say this every time. You don't know. You haven't done an original attraction since Everest in Florida. You have not done an original attraction since Expedition Everest in Florida. Done things overseas, but if you're so scared about what the audience is going to think of an original attraction, I can't.
yeah, it's
I
like
can't.
a really big what if. What if the Wonders of Life Pavilion that is abandoned now had a cool new attraction in it?
Not the Play Pavilion. That was
Like,
not going to go well.
what if, what if, what if? And that's where we kind of fall on Epcot because there's so much
Epcot
potential
is a what
there.
if park.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. I think that is all we really have to
Can I
say.
mention? I just thought of this because I don't think I mentioned it when we talked about Test Track. In the 3.0 queue, you can see the ride as it's starting to go from the queue. There's a little glass area where your ride vehicle pulls up before they get the green light to start the ride. And while you're waiting in the queue, you can see it kind of going around the turn. I think that's a really cool addition. I think that was in original World of Motion, and original Test Track went away in Test Track 2.0 and is now back in 3.0. So just a small little thing that I think is really cool. And it's really hard to guess where in Walt Disney World's from inside of Test Track.
Yep.
So with that, I think we covered pretty much everything.
We covered pretty much everything. There's a lot to talk about in Epcot, and more importantly, we love this park so much that we just really like to go into depth on this kind of stuff. I would expect Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios will be much shorter than this, probably closer to Magic Kingdom or maybe even shorter because Animal Kingdom will be short.
Animal Kingdom will be shorter. We will not go for almost 2.5 hours on another one. And for anyone who made it for 2 hours and 21 minutes into this podcast, we thank you for listening all the way through.
I don't expect that there will be a lot of people who even make it that far, but that's fine because Epcot requires this.
And we had fun.
Yep.
So with that being said, we'll be back in about 2 weeks. We'll be Hollywood Studios will be our next one.
Yep.
Not in this setup, most likely, back in the other setup, but we'll see what happens. Have a good night, everybody. And Caleb, take it away.
We will talk to you later as we go on and on and on and on and on and on.
Okay, we're good.